if you're the offensive coordinator for the Eagles, don't outsmart yourself. Get the ball to your playmakers. You got some of the best players in the league.
What Daniel Jones has right now, despite all the pressure, is a clean pocket. And he didn't have that in New York.
Put this game in a place where to win it, the Giants would have to throw the football as well and put it on the rookie quarterback.
Like walking by, needing to just be like popping his head in and be like, we're going to take care of that Micah guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take care of him, right? Like, yeah, we got it, Jerry.
None of this jet protection. Do we have to do Thursday Night Time Machine?
I'll be damned.
Oh.
Cowboy, I'm Calbs.
Calbs, listen, I'll
Thursday
tell you
Night
this.
Time Machine. What are you going to tell me?
I know you like to say that I like to say this. I don't like my pick.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I don't think it's the right pick.
Okay.
All right?
Macon's pick. Cardinals 20,
Great.
Seahawks 16.
Perfect.
Chris's pick. Seahawks 24, Cardinals 20.
Over, too, for you. All right. Listen, they're wearing all white. Some of these weird, like, rivalry uniforms, which I don't quite get.
Yeah.
I think the NBA-ification of the NFL should stay away. Stay with.
Oh, the rivalry uniforms.
Yeah, but it's only Arizona wearing the white helmets with, like, some gradient. But they're wearing all white. I think it could be a weird one. I think Seattle's clearly better, especially without.
Well, the line
Arizona
doesn't
without
make
James
it.
Conner.
The line doesn't make a lot of sense to me. You lose James Conner, quarterback doesn't look great. Seahawks thump everybody. I figure I'm on the public side, but it didn't take last week. Yeah, this is a weird like paint speckled white get up with.
Dude.
Yeah, I mean
They're wearing the dirty whites.
the dirty
Just white uniforms. They look dirty.
The dirty white.
The dude wipes.
The
We're wearing
dirty
the
white.
dude wipes.
They're the color of all the Air Force Ones in the frat house.
That's right. No, yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
The white
We
trash.
love to dirty up the Air Forces.
Yeah, and then Golden Goose
And
capitalized
now
on
the
it.
wives are like into the dirt. Except
Yeah,
like
Golden
when
Goose,
a man
right?
buys dirty sneakers, we earn it.
Yeah.
Like we walk around in them and dirty them up.
And Golden Goose was like, hey guys, watch this.
We'll dirty them for you.
$1,200. We'll dirty
And
them
it's
for
gonna
you.
cost 12x.
We'll dirty them for
How
you.
does that seem fair? I'm gonna buy my wife a pair of E-tonics and just fucking drag them behind my truck. And be like, check them out.
Oh,
Welcome to the Chad Fest.
you need to do like a.
You're way too close.
No,
I like this.
I want to get out in front of something. I have not been smoking pot. I just have dry eyes tonight, so don't be doing that whole thing.
I want to get out in front of something too, Chris.
Yeah.
I have been smoking reefer.
Really?
Yeah, I like to call it the devil's lettuce or grass. Sometimes I think it's flirtier. I like
Yeah.
pot too. Pot's good. That's a classic.
I'm bringing pot back.
Yeah.
No, I missed bits and pieces of the first half because I had to go to a bar to have a business meeting. Let's just say that. Let's leave it. It was a river business meeting.
Nice.
The livery we run in the summer. So the main thing I came out of this game thinking we'd talk about would be Marvin Harrison Jr. And then it ended up being a fantastic game.
Yeah, he really turned it around, man. I'm a hater, but it's tough to see a player struggle, especially someone of that caliber. It's hard though, because as a player, you've been there, and it's like such a nightmare to be going through that. It's like he almost has the yips, you know what I mean? And on one hand, you really feel for him, but on the other hand, it's like watching a car crash. You kind of can't look away. To his credit, he completely turned it around, had a huge catch, and he tied that game up for him. Came in clutch at the end of the game.
Seeing the whole arc play out like that, to me, is a reminder of like how fucking long NFL games are.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was a point like early in the fourth quarter where that next gen stats thing popped up and said the Cardinals had like 3% chance of winning the game.
Yeah.
And it goes right down to the wire. It's crazy.
Redemption arc though, the kicker for the Seahawks too.
Right.
Redemption on the kick. Seattle did such a great job after really fumbling opportunities in the red zone of when they needed,
Can we talk about
they
that
just
ASN moment though, that live mic. Did you?
Oh,
catch
that was incredible. The look was incredible.
The face was so good, dude. So good.
But also like relax, bro.
Soccer when they threatened the red card, the
But
look
also,
that
like-
he gave him was so good.
Like, come on, relax, bro.
Yeah.
You've never heard that word. You're just mad you're mad you got showed up in front of the other kids.
Exactly.
Like that's all it is. Like your mic picked it up.
Yeah.
But I just the confidence that Darnold and JSN have in each other this early in their time together, to be able to go like, hey, we got 28 seconds left to go in that game, and I thought Arizona should have gone. My litmus test for how do I feel about that is if I'm on the other side of a bet, which I was tonight, and I had Seattle, like, what do I want to happen? And if I was playing defense, I would want them to kick the ball. I know everybody's supposed to say, hey, I want to be the one to make a play. But when you're defending a 2-point conversion, like, what am I going to do? Run sideways against sprint right option? Like, there's nothing I can do as a player.
Yeah.
It becomes a scheme thing. To have the confidence to just go, get that chunk, get out of bounds. They took another look at it.
That was a
fantastic execution, man. That's the type of stuff a good football team does. I mean, I don't know about blowing the lead, but Beau, I do want to say this. Marvin Harrison Jr., I know you said you'd been there, and I don't mean this to be disrespectful, but you kind of haven't. And you know what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I have a horrible game and nobody notices. You know what I mean?
And I haven't been there
in the most. Yeah,
I haven't. I was a high draft pick. My dad played in the NFL, all that stuff. But I haven't been there to where like everybody stares at me. Like, playing wide receiver in the league is one of the hardest things, in football from a standpoint of like pressure and that sort of thing. I just want to get something straight. Did he not have 900 yards last year in his rookie season, catching the ball from that quarterback?
I gotta look it up. That sounds pretty legit.
No, he did. He had 885. And do me a favor while you're at it and look at all the guys around him and all the things you're saying about Marvin Harrison Jr. because of his last name. I really do believe that. Not to get on my late night soapbox, but I dealt with it where it's like you walk in a room, motherfuckers don't want you to succeed because of your last name.
No, I want him to succeed. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think he's a dog. I'm just saying
that person.
There's something about like, when things aren't going right for a guy, it's like hard to look away, I guess.
No, I agree with you. But what I'm saying is there are a lot of people out there, and baked heavily into their assessment of the kid is who his dad was. And I can speak on that from experience. He's going through he's dealing with a lot of pressure right now. He's dealing with the pressure of being a high pick, and then you can double it because of the pressure of being who his dad was. His dad's a Hall of Famer. Is Marvin Harrison Jr. going to be a Hall of Famer? I don't know. But 900 yards his rookie year, like,
no, he's a great player.
Well,
he wasn't at times tonight, but at the end of the game, he was fucking good. That catch in the end zone, that touchdown.
I just don't want to throw the word great around because then people are going to be hypercritical of my
very solid player.
How about good? Like, he's already a good player in the league. Now, I want to say this. The first pick, I don't believe is on him. I don't believe. I reached out to a great wide receiver and I said, what happened on that
great wide receiver? A
great one. Okay. And you know what the great wide receiver said? The great wide receiver said, number one, that's a hospital.
Was it Marvin Harrison Sr.?
No, I didn't reach out to his dad.
Okay, I was just checking.
But as Kyler's stepping up, and it kind of confirmed my suspicion, he's getting ready to get into the scramble drill. Like, at that point in the down, wideouts are looking at that and saying, hey, has the scramble drill started, or am I still running my route? He's getting ready to stick his foot in the ground and enter this scramble drill, which would probably be choking it down and going the other way.
Or go vertical for Harrison.
And Harrison's seen that probably a million times from Kyler. Like, it's almost like a snap reaction from him to break his route off there and go find space.
And then the second one obviously is terrible, but credit to him for dusting himself off and making those plays in the second half. I just admittedly have a soft spot for the kid because that's what he is. He's a kid. He's dealing with a ton of pressure, and it's easy for people to say, "Well, he's making a fuck ton of money and everything." Sure, but I can tell you from experience, when you're a high draft pick, you're not out there thinking about, "Well, who cares if I suck today?"
If you have a bad game, you don't give a fuck about your bank account,
bro. I am so lucky. We're all so lucky, but we still hang on to things from our careers. That's evidence that money doesn't solve everything. And so, like, for me, I just want people to go back and look at what he did from a production standpoint his first year and the other guys around him in the yardage rankings and tell me he's a bad player, because that's all I heard tonight was he's a bad player. He's cheeks. Ship him out of town. The quarterback he's catching the football from is erratic as fuck.
I agree. And you're talking about the scramble drill. Think about how hard it would be to be a wide receiver and Kyler Murray is running around. You have no idea where he's going to be. He's off schedule. You know what I mean? But that's difficult. But then also like there's not a lot of playmakers on the Arizona offense. Okay, they're
It's Michael Wilson, erasure.
And fucking McBride is a dog.
Traquan McBride, erasure.
Yeah. Can I talk about a couple other things from this game that I like to see? I think.
Sure.
Did you see Sweaty J catch a stray?
That was it. What happened with the stray?
Herbstreit was talking about the loaf.
Oh, they got him for a loaf?
Yeah, they like went back to it after halftime, kind of, or no, they went back to it immediately following the clip, and like they cut to commercial break and was like, "This is a loaf from Josh Sweat, who probably could have prevented the touchdown here." And I was like, "What the fuck? Like, okay, you're playing this in slow motion. It's not on you in the booth. What is a loaf?" Okay, so that bothered me. And then Sweaty J came back and got a sack like right after the half, and I was like, "Yes."
Oh yeah, it preceded the sack because I saw the sack and that was a fantastic rush.
I thought
the uniforms looked actually pretty good, and I thought the end zone looked fantastic. I thought the end zone looked fantastic.
At first, I thought it was like a bird's egg, like a cardinal's egg, the little speckles on it, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." And then they're like, "It's the desert dust," and I was like,
"Yeah."
I thought the helmets were fire. I wish they just took the specks of crap off the jerseys. They look great all together. Helmets were sick.
Jerseys.
I expected worse.
Chris, so did you see the first half? Did you see that interception into the fumble? That was brutal play.
Oh yeah, guy picks the ball off and then drops the ball.
Essential short week football. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Friendly fire. Like he was sliding too. I thought they were going to overturn it. But no, dude, I love the Seahawks defense. Like they have some dogs in their front seven, and their ability to rush four. Like McDonald has gotten that defense humming pretty quick. I think Byron Murphy is going to be a stud.
Total stud.
I'm unfamiliar with that dude's seven. I'm unfamiliar with your game. Yeah, I gotta watch him. He's nice.
Yeah.
And then Leonard Williams still has a lot in the tank. And speaking of vet defensive linemen with a lot in the tank, dude, Calais Campbell.
Brother, I saw a 40-year-old man splitting a double team from a three technique, and I was sitting at a bar with like a Pilsner in my hand. I was like, big what a fucking two roads diverged in yellow wood, huh? This guy's still fucking playing football.
He's juiced on the sidelines, screaming at dudes in like a good way, you know, motivating guys, I guess would be a better way to put it. And
scaring guys.
Sometimes as a retired player, you watch a game of football and you're like, how the fuck did I do that? I couldn't imagine doing that right now. And then you look at a guy like Calais Campbell, who is like 6 years older than me, and I'm like, oh my God. Like he's been playing in the league for 18 years.
Dog, it is crazy. It's crazy. If my knee hit the grass the wrong way right now, it'd be curtains for like 2 days. The other thing I wanted to say about Marvin Harrison Jr. before I forgot, he's not a scramble drill guy.
No.
Like he doesn't have that body type. He's not so for me, like, he's not in the perfect offense for him anyways. I don't think anybody is with Kyler playing quarterback. And I hate to continue dumping on him. Like, I enjoy watching Kyler play.
I don't.
I think Kirk Herbstreit put it perfectly, saying like he basically kind of talked about him as he talked about the draft class that came after Kyler, I think, with like Josh Allen and like
talking about Baker. He was comparing him to Baker a ton.
Yeah, where he was saying like these are guys who elevate the group that they're leading, whereas Kyler fits firmly in that. Like when we talk about quarterbacks, is like win because of versus win with.
Yeah,
he's a win with guy. Like you get the right situation around him, you can win games with him, but there's not going to be too many situations where you feel like, man, we won that game because
I don't know if he. But here's what I know: I don't think he's a win the big shindig with guy.
Haven't seen it.
I think it's and what that takes, honestly, this is one of the most underrated qualities of a quarterback. I mean, it sounds stupid to say it out loud, but like consistency. Because to go on a run and win 3-4 playoff games, that quarterback can't have a terrible day. And like if you watch Kyler play football for a month, there's going to be a number of decisions in there that you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And there's also going to be a number of throws where you're like, damn, I really see it. It's like he's the perfect video game quarterback. That's why I play with the Cardinals sometimes in the video game. Because if you can control his little body, you can go to the promised land. But we're not inside that little copter. He's he, he's controlling that thing, and I don't know what he's thinking sometimes. Frankly,
Yeah.
wee. I think it sounds like wee.
He's running around like there was a commercial a couple years ago. Whatever, dude. I totally
let's not. I
understand.
don't
what
want
you're
to.
saying.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I
You
know
you,
exactly.
you
what you're
smell me.
I feel you.
But the Seahawks defense you gave love to, Beau. They're a great group. I thought the Cardinals defense stood up down the stretch
Yeah,
too.
they're
They kind of
fantastic.
kept them in the game, made a couple stops in plus territory, forced a field goal, and then set up the missed field goal that came too. That kind of gave the Cardinals offense opportunities to claw their way back into the game.
Yeah, and you said it before on our live show, Chris. It's a little bit of a no-name. You know, we talked about Calais Campbell, Buda Baker's a stud, but beyond that, like a little bit of a no-name defense. And here's a fun fact for you, Noel. Rallis played high school football at Edina, a main rival of Minnetonka, and we fucking
You smoked
played
his
high
tits?
school football against each other. I think I was his brother's age. I think he's younger than me, which again is like
Damn,
a little
dude.
humbling. Yeah, I got a
No
dude
way.
older than me playing on the field and a guy younger than me on the coach as a defensive coordinator.
Wow, that's crazy. Nick Rollis, 32
I'm
years old, bro.
smoking reefer with my buddy and talking football. I love it.
Damn, Nick
When I was-
Rollis.
When I was in Philly,
32.
when I was in Philly, that was the 5 a.m. lift club. Coach Gannon, Coach Rollis, and
Yeah.
Nolan in there.
No,
In the squat bar, getting
Doing
after it.
Squattober.
Awesome guys.
they are cool.
Yeah.
They got a cool
Great
staff.
coaches.
Yeah.
I know Dr. Evil has to be just furious half the time on the sideline petzing.
What else did I have from this game? I had something totally.
You don't really need anything else, Bo. It's fucking
No, I have so much
48 p.m. I've been working for 48 straight.
I gotta get this out because I have
Okay,
no one
get
to
it
talk
out.
about this with. Did you see the Haynes commercial with Aiden Hutchinson?
Nah.
He's putting on eye black and they make a funny joke about how he looks goth. And at first I'm like, haha, that's funny. Like, this is a better commercial than I was expecting. Okay. And then they show him in the Hanes and he's got the underpants on. They 100,000% stuffed his drawers. Look it up.
I don't want to look it up.
I just need to put this out there. Look it up. All right. Type into www.google.com, Aiden Hutchinson, Haynes commercial, and then maybe like stuffed ? There's got to be some dialogue out there about this. Okay. Like people need it.
I don't think
There's already a Reddit thread somewhere.
Get him on the fucking podcast and ask him that question, and then say, "Okay, have a great day and have a good season."
I don't see it yet, and I'm not going to look hard. So I mean, I'm just not. You know.
Yeah, there is a joke in there, but I took the high ground.
We're not live, are we? With you talking about people's pieces.
I'm not talking about his piece. I'm talking about his
fake piece, his prosthetic piece.
Yeah, it's just it's an industry, thing.
They did that shit during the White Lotus show. And everybody was like super impressed with this guy's dick, and like nobody wanted to be the guy to be like, babe, it's fake.
I'll have to pull up the tape.
Like, not to be a hater, but it's not a real dick. That's not a real
sounds
dick.
like a very like a conversation that you definitely had with Meg, huh?
No, I didn't, because everything's good here. There's nothing.
All right. Well, we have another fun football discussion and not the Beau Allen meat watching.
Yeah,
you just derailed.
Where
Hey, you got
from here?
one more thing.
Dude, I had to talk about this with somebody. I was expecting you guys to be like, "Oh my god, I saw that too." And now I feel like a fucking weirdo.
No, Macon's the guy that you probably want to talk to.
Fucking shoot him a text.
Don't talk to Nate about that.
No.
I'll talk to Nate about it. I know Nate. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be fun.
Pause, bro.
I'll save it for Monday.
Pause on all this.
No, this is the good stuff, dude. This is why the people.
It's the good stuff. It's 11:51 p.m. and it is bedtime. I'm gonna go have a left-handed ciggy, play a game of Madden, and go to bed.
And watch an Aiden Hutchinson commercial. Go to bed.
No, because I didn't see it the first time.
Okay, I have one question for you. We talked about this for real quick. You think the Seahawks win the NFC West? Are you believing now?
Dude, why do you keep gaslighting me? What is this, a bit?
No, it's not a bit. I just feel like I fucking was talking about the Seahawks. I don't know if it was you or Nate or somebody else who was like, they're not going to win. They're not going to do it. It's probably facts.
Bro, I feel crazy right now. I gave them out in the preseason show to win the West. And
Yeah,
so
just
in my
checking.
presence 5 times
Getting
now,
a
you've gone,
temperature
I
gauge.
think that the Seahawks are going to win the West. I have this weird idea that the Seahawks are going to win the West.
I came up with that idea all on my own.
I know you did,
Yeah.
but I've been living it for a month.
Okay, so we're on the same team. Great.
We're on the same fucking team. You go, wait,
Perfect.
have you come around now? Yeah, I stuck my neck out for the Hawks.
Still believe though after,
What would you why would I believe less? They've won 3 straight.
Okay, cool.
Their defense is rounding into form.
So you believe
The offense is rounding into form.
the offense looks tight. They look dialed. Dude, Darnold was throwing some absolute dimes. I like him. I'm happy for him.
Anything else you want to comment on Matt Prater's bulge or something, Beau, before I go to bed?
Nah, I don't look at. He's a specialist. That's
Nothing to
I
see
got
there.
other interests.
Yeah, good night. Welcome to the Greenlight Podcast presented by BetMGM. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code Greenlight and you will get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Just download the BetMGM app and sign up using bonus code Greenlight to deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game. If that bet loses, you will receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets when using bonus code Greenlight at sign up. Then get access to second chance promos, odds boost tokens, same game parlays, BetMGM original bets, and so much more. BetMGM, make it legendary. Welcome to the preview show, everyone. Week 4 is here. That means we're 1 week closer to a Sunday slate featuring bye weeks, which would improve everybody's quality of life around here. Not that I don't love breaking down every single game every week. Hey, big news. Sean Alexander, 14 kids. You just found out.
Congratulations
reaction.
to Sean and Valerie. It seems to me to be too many kids.
There's no such thing. You can't.
No such thing.
You can't have that take. No one's ever had that take.
Like 0 or 1, nice amount of kids.
Yeah. But they say once you have 3, it's kind of, it just is what it is at that point. Like there's no difference between 3 and 4.
But you have
3
built-in.
and 14.
But at this point, you have built-in babysitters.
When they're hanging out, I've been cruising the IG feed. It looks pretty cool. Like they have
Yeah,
their
sick.
own community
looks
inside
sick.
their home.
Yeah, like
You
you know.
should
what I
start a
mean?
podcast company. Be a lot cheaper than doing it the way I'm doing it, having to pay everybody. But honestly, I just did the math. Congratulations to Sean and Valerie. They've been married since 2002. That's approximately 23 years. With child, 17 years. Without child, 6 years.
You're talking pregnancies.
Talking about Valerie.
There could be some twins or some
Maybe so,
triplets
but
in there.
it's-
I didn't know. We had 3 kids at 2.5 and younger.
Yeah.
And you don't think the math would make sense, but it does.
Yeah.
It can.
Yeah.
You know?
So you have kids that are Irish twins?
No, not quite. 19 months apart and 13 months apart.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
Kyle and Howie were Irish twins.
man.
Yeah.
You guys don't listen to the recommended time off, huh?
Oh, we listened intently, and once they said green light,
Yeah.
we were off.
I don't know. Time off was a recommendation. So
Yeah,
that's
for
the
a
way-
little while.
Yeah,
For a little
that's the way
while.
it goes.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yep.
All right, let's start the podcast, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's start the podcast.
Football.
Over.
This used to be the quarter pole.
So yeah. Anyways, bunch of games. We got one in Dublin this weekend, which honestly, if I wasn't so fucking lazy, I'd go. It sounds like a good time. Honestly, it sounds like a good time.
Because you're Irish and still like drinking beer at 40?
I would drink beer. I haven't drank beer in a couple weeks. I might drink some beer this Friday night, tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow.
Yeah. So we are going to start not in Ireland. We're going to start with the game of the week. The game of the week is Eagles and Bucks.
Oh!
Oh.
Fancy that.
Yeah.
The Philadelphia Eagles getting game of the week status.
Well, both teams are 3-0. Anything else? Like, what do you think the game of the week should be?
Are you here? There's an interesting matchup between a pair of 1 and 2s. But listen,
I know there is, and it's in the top tier.
Are you hearing
It's in the must-watch tier.
Are you hearing the drumbeat grow a little louder? That we're getting a bit tired of watching this Philadelphia Eagles team at the moment.
I think people nationally are tired of the Eagles. They're tired. It happens with every team. It happens with every team. Like, I can remember when the Chiefs were like a fun story, and like, you know, you had this fun young quarterback who they found after Mitchell Trubisky, and you know, everybody hated the Patriots, and now they hate the Chiefs, and you know, the Eagles have won a couple, so yeah, it makes sense. And then you throw the tush push in there. It's a hate fest, man.
Tush push no more though.
No, that's not true.
Desmond Watson's back.
That's not true.
Push killer.
We don't know that. I mean, like, to take up a roster spot with a guy that's like just there to do that is pretty interesting.
Not if it works. Not if it works.
The funniest thing is they like made him run laps for like a month, and then they were like, "Sorry, this ain't gonna work out." And then they will call you in a couple weeks when we play the Eagles.
Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna get suited up, because I mean,
Absolutely.
You think he's gonna be active for sure?
Yes, they don't sign this kid unless they're like, "Hey, we absolutely need him now, and we think he's in shape," and you know, because they lost Cansey and that sort of thing. But I do believe he's going to be active. They wouldn't have brought him on this week. This is what he's here for.
So hear me out.
I'm listening.
Tush push is about to happen. You run Desmond Watson in there
And Vita Vea.
And you line them up horizontally in front of the football so that they're just big speed bumps.
And they gator
And you
roll.
have the linebackers with their hands kind of like their new position, and they work over the top. How do you get any leverage as an old lineman to move them?
Well,
that means
you just go over top the pile of bodies.
But
that's what they kind of do anyways.
But that's what I mean. That's the only way to really stop them. Like, the reason why Jalen Hurts does well is that he gets low in between.
Yeah.
But there's no getting low if there's two huge humans.
It's just
stopping the momentum.
It is such
down.
a first take play now, and like I love it. I love that the Eagles run it better than anybody, because that's the whole saving grace for, Eagles fans is like, hey, you could say, hey, guys are off early and that sort of thing, and I do think they could call things tighter, but the fact of the matter is the Eagles are just better than everybody at it, and it's becoming increasingly hard to figure out. Because, I don't think Dickerson's 100%. They've gone through Kelsey at center, now Juergens, who's a strong cat, but he's not like He-Man. Mm-hmm. Becton's gone. Like, what gives? Is it just the QB squatting the house?
Might be.
And would it change if you have 1,000 pounds of beef in the A-gap? Pause. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it feels like this is going to be the stiffest test that the tush push has faced. Is this guy that was that was watching practice for the better part of training camp. Enormous. By the way, speaking of big sweaty people, it's going to be the real feel is 103 this weekend. So I think honestly that's one of the biggest.
Eagles went down there early, right?
I don't know, to acclimate to the heat.
Yeah.
No, I don't think.
No.
Maybe they did, but it doesn't work that way.
Sometimes.
Well, no. Remember Al Groh took us to Wyoming to try to help acclimatize us to the mile and a half altitude, and we were out there. He had us sprinting on Friday afternoon. We were doing sprints to feel the altitude
because
we just kept
they didn't
feeling it.
want to put oxygen on the sideline. It's a mental thing.
It's a mental thing.
We don't need oxygen.
Might as well pull the fucking water boy too. Don't take him with us. But it's gonna be.
Lost that one.
We lost
that humidity
20-3. Guys were running in quicksand.
That humidity might be a challenge for some of the big guys in Philly.
It's also I think it's all okay. So when you look at this, somebody's going to use this to their advantage.
Has to.
For sure. And honestly, I think one thing that got lost in the shuffle last week is the Eagles look better when they go tempo. They do. Mm-hmm. Like, watch the game, watch them get going a little bit. It kind of takes them out of the mindset of like trying to call the perfect play. Like if you're the offensive coordinator for the Eagles, don't outsmart yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Like, get the ball to your playmakers. You got some of the best players in the league that can catch and carry the football. And playing with pace helps. And when it feels like it's 103 degrees, it definitely helps. I don't care if you live in Tampa or you live in Philly.
Yeah.
Like everybody's going to be tired out on that field.
For sure.
I don't know how hot it was last week in Tampa, and those guys went through camp down there. But in the first 2 games, they're playing in a dome. So this is Todd Bowles. We play in a dome. I need that on my soundboard in the future. So I think the game comes down to a couple things. Todd Bowles, by the way, is in the Ish Kabibbles Hall of Fame.
Yep.
I don't know if you saw that quote this week, Nolan.
Fantastic. Great spot for a steak.
Is it really? Because I've heard it's like it's
That's
like
low
key the best spot.
That's the spot.
Okay.
I think we
Really good.
had it when we were out there.
Okay. Well, Todd Bowles knows what he's doing. Eagles versus the Blitz. Okay, like to contextualize this whole matchup, and the reason I think it's going to be a good game, and the reason you think Tampa kind of has something that other teams in the NFC don't have, which is like experience beating this team, right? Eagles are 1-4 in Jalen Hurts' 5 career starts against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. One thing that's important to note, though, is A.J. Brown hadn't played in any of those games. So I am interested to see what happens there. I also think, like, hey, last year they played them so early in the season, and Tampa thumped them down there. I think the Eagles got a lot better as the year went on. They're 2 different teams, but the thing that scares me is if I'm an Eagles fan is Todd Bowles in the matchup with Patullo, who hasn't really gotten his feet under him. And you talk about like where he's brought pressure, how he's brought pressure. They played mostly cover 3. We all know Bowles changes the picture. That's going to be a constant on Sunday. He's going to try to take away Jalen's first read. The blitz rate has been about 60% through 5 games. That's a healthy clip. And then 53% of the pressures are 5-man, 29% sim pressure. And then 14.5% is 6-man. I think what we're going to see is some slot blitzes. I think we're going to see blitzes off the edge. I've seen a couple. I went through the blitz cut up for the Eagles so far, and very mixed results. Sometimes you wonder where the hot is, and that's something that's come up a couple times over Jalen Hurts' career with different coordinators. Is like, where's the hot? When he's in trouble, where's the easy option? There were repeating looks like. They kind of built a nub side with motion and built a 3 receiver set to the right on 2 separate occasions in the first 2 games. And not only Spags, but also in game 1, that was taken advantage of. Dallas Cowboys got a couple clean shots on Jalen on edge pressures. So, I'm really interested to see what Todd Bowles cooks up. Look for Jacob Parrish, the guy that I talked about last week, had pressures, affected the passer. Kind of carrying that tradition on of being, the Tampa slot that's going to be in the backfield a lot because Todd's going to send him. The interior offensive line has not looked like themselves. We've talked about that. Vita Vea, you've got depth pieces now filling in for Kancey. I think number one, first and foremost, you have to block Vita. And then you get the Hassan Reddick revenge game. So we've seen Todd do a lot of different things over this, sample size of games against Jalen. And, one thing he's done well at times has been take the read option away. You talk about what in 2021, I think it was, Nolan. We were looking at this. It was read option, check directly into the run blitz, crash the defensive end, which we would call it crash, which means go get the dive, and then kind of send that back or play side downhill to take the quarterback and get in the slant window for the RPOs. So, I don't know what the answer is going to be this year, but the chess match is on. And then on the other side of things, I think the Bucs offensive line versus this interior defensive line is something that if you're Vic Fangio, those guys, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Ajomo, they have to win inside. This is an offensive line that's been really beat up. Bredesen and Klein struggled last week at guard, but at least now you get Tristan Wirfs back, which is huge, right? Mm-hmm. And it's not just big because he's one of the best players in football, because you can leave him alone on an island, and now you can help one of those guards. You can help out with your matchup with Jalen Carter or whoever it might be. Nolan Smith's out. That's a big deal. Mm-hmm. I think he's their steadiest edge guy. Definitely their best overall edge guy.
How do you replace his production?
Zadarius Smith. Now, the only thing about Zadarius Smith is Zadarius Smith is 33 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and now you're asking him to play a lot of snaps. He like kind of jumps into a 3-man rotation with a couple other guys that, like, you know, I'd rather see Z Smith out there on the field, but like, how long are you going to be able to rely on him in that heat? Like, you're going to have to rotate guys in.
I'm worried about that heat, man.
I worry about the heat. I mean, I'm going to be sitting in the air conditioning, and
Yeah,
that shit feels hot to me. But
hopefully guys are starting to hydrate now. But I just think about Jalen Carter and just the past couple of games, how he's looked kind of like towards the end of games and not really that in shape. And knowing that and going to play in that heat, you either going to have to really suck it up, and or they're just going to have a good rotation, or hopefully they won't have to be on the field that long.
and that's where tempo comes in.
Yeah.
You know, because number one, if you're the Bucs, I'm looking to see, is Jalen on the field? I'm taking a shot if he's not. That's something that I think, you know, you should pay attention to, is like, you know, when Chris Jones leaves the game for Kansas City, like, you're more liable to take shots. When Jalen's off the field, you try to take shots. If he's on the field and he's tired, and the run game's going to factor into this thing heavily. We've spent a long time in this game without talking about it. I think one of the biggest keys is going to be, hey, Tampa running the rock, which they've done well, at this front that hasn't been airtight in the run game. Like in the first half of that Rams game, you know, some things showed up, and things have shown up throughout the year that, honestly, when you play a really good run offense like this, and the one thing is, when you're replacing guys up front, the first thing I always think about for Tampa offensively is like, okay, fuck, we got to protect what guys that aren't used to protecting. Well, don't let them earn the right to rush the passer. That's kind of like, keep your third downs 3rd and 3, 3rd and 5. You get in these longer downs, now you got to protect with some pieces that you're not used to. I think the big thing is you can always still run the football. You can still scheme up the run game. And usually when you put a backup in, the delta between a backup and a starter in the run game is smaller than the pass protection end of things. So I would think they're going to try to run the football and check the Eagles' chin. So with Godwin coming back, Ibuka, who's immediately like fantastic, you know, you're probably going to have to put Quignon on Ibuka, I would think. Godwin in the slot, DeJean, and now it comes down to somebody else winning for Tampa Bay. I mean, I think they can still throw at those guys. I mean, they'll be willing to do it. But you got to look for who's that third guy in this offense right now with Mike Evans down that can make some plays for them.
Baker's last 2 games against the Eagles, 5 TDs, no picks, 684 yards passing, and completing more than 60% of his passes, but presumably had Mike Evans in both of those matchups.
Yep. Hey, listen, they play with timing. They can get the ball out, and that's something they're going to have to do against this group. And certainly if they mix in some tempo, that'd be a good look as well. But I think if you're an Eagles fan and you look at this house of horrors that has been down there playing the Bucs, like, maybe just maybe A.J. Brown makes all the difference, because he has not been in these games yet.
Eagles are 18-0 in games where Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, and Jalen Hurts have played together.
Wild. I
crazy.
didn't realize that.
Wow.
Yeah. Mike Evans, 8 for 94 and a touchdown last year in the win over Philly.
Got to replace that.
14 targets.
Yeah, got to replace those targets. Got to replace the production. I'm sure they think that Ibuka can help do that, but it's certainly missing him is a big deal. They're going to need him down the stretch, though. You know, and it's going to be a couple weeks, I think.
3-0 Indianapolis Colts are in L.A. to face the 2-1 Rams. Rams favored by 3.5. Daniel Jones, 3rd in passing yards, 2nd in yards per attempt, and 1st in QBR. He's been sacked only twice, but in 2 games against Sean McVay has totaled only 20 points. That was with the New York Giants.
It was with the New York Giants. Things seem different now. I think this is like we're kind of on the cusp of where people will believe that the Daniel Jones thing is real. And the one thing is people have come after him. They've been blitzing him at a pretty high clip. I think the one unique thing about the Rams is, and I'm sure the Broncos thought this too, but like, you can pressure them with 4, and I think you're going to get a pissed off group. I mean, after that loss last week, I don't know what to think. I think points in this game. I think it's going to be high scoring. I think Stafford's going to have more time to operate. I think he's going to find Waldo. If that's Xavier Howard, he's going to find Xavier Howard. I think the Colts' run game is probably one of the stiffer tests that this front's going to see this year, as far as like the quality of the back and the way the offensive line plays together. And like, you got to be careful playing man coverage against these guys because of the motion, because of the depth of the wide receiver room. So, it's one of those things where on paper I can kind of see a path for Indy winning this game, but I also think the Rams are just, if they play like the Rams team in the first half, this is a real big litmus test for the Colts. Not saying they haven't been tested yet, but this is a pissed off Sean McVay team. They're going to be their best this week.
Cody Benjamin wrote an article this week quoting NFL Pro Stats. DJ, we call him DJ.
Mm-hmm.
His receivers aren't getting open, so he's being incredibly accurate. There's no separation being gotten between Pierce, Downs, etc.
And you see it when you watch their tape. The Denver game was a great example of that. Like, we said they're throwing at Patrick Surtain. It's not like he's just getting beat. Like, these are tightly contested throws, man coverage.
And when you hear that and you see that as our resident Giants guy, there's an old Malik Neighbors interview that's going viral.
Oh, boy.
There is a reporter asking him, is it a problem with the quarterback while Daniel Jones is the quarterback there? And he says very definitively, it's not the quarterback. And they asked it again in like some other, and he's like, no, it's not the quarterback. As a Giants fan, in the moment, maybe you think it is the quarterback and he's looking out for his quarterback. Now, seeing him play well in a different, do you believe like maybe Leaky Neighbors knew what he was talking about?
Maybe so. What Daniel Jones has right now, despite all the pressure, is a clean pocket, and he didn't have that in New York. I mean, that was just turnstiles of first-round picks lining up that offensive line. So I don't know. They drafted him 6 for a reason. People thought it was a stretch, and he had up and down years in New York, but one included a playoff appearance and win. I don't know. I think he's an above-average quarterback. I don't know that he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback, but yeah, give him a little time and space. He's been accurate and making good decisions.
It hurts a little bit seeing him play this well, doesn't it?
Not yet. Not yet.
When will it hurt? Okay. What would it take?
13-4.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right now, it's like happy for him stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm happy for that guy.
Yeah,
good for you.
I just don't want him to do too well.
Right. It's like
human nature, I guess.
It's like the ex-girlfriend goes and gets married. Great.
Good for her. Just as long as he's ugly.
Exactly.
As long as it's not Steve Jobs or someone.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Has a kid. Oh, that's nice.
Yep.
As long as the kid's not like smart.
Yep.
Or talented.
Yep.
All right. The pair of 1 and 2.
Don't send me any Christmas card updates about how you know what I'm saying?
Right. Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Like I can't be watching you in prime time late in the season flex to prime time because you're a super good quarterback.
Indiana Jones, and then all the little
that could be cool.
All the little montages showing his stats of him. Woo!
Oh, they're definitely going to do that.
They're definitely going to do that.
And everybody's complaining about seeing the Giants in primetime. If they flex the Giants out of primetime for Daniel Jones,
that's when
it becomes a problem.
That's going to be incredible.
That's when it becomes a problem.
Oh, good for Danny Jones. Man.
Also in the top tier, a pair of 1 and 2 teams.
Can I add one thing?
Please.
I forgot to say this. The defensive tackles for the Colts, Buckner and Stewart, I think they can get after the interior of this offensive line a little bit. As far as the edge is concerned, I think Stafford will be clean. But the two guys to me that can ruin the game are Buckner and Stewart.
Baltimore's in Kansas City. Baltimore's favored by 2.5 points. Here's a question. I like this question. Does the media writ large have a blind spot when it comes to the Ravens? Because Lamar's cool. They got black unis. They haven't summited the mountain yet. We're all rooting for them.
Well, honestly, that's probably the only reason I didn't pick them to come out of the AFC. Like, Well, that and Josh Allen and the way he plays in the playoffs, but like they just have a reputation now. So I don't know if the media has a blind spot, but it does feel like just every year we go back to the well on them. And this year, the thing that, and with both these teams, they're fucking 1-2, and they lost to 2 contending teams, each of them. So I want to be fair. You know, it's early and all that. I think not having Isaiah likely hurts. I know that the offense isn't the problem. They scored 30 points. But at times, like watching their offense, it just feels like out of rhythm. You know, when you watch Detroit's offense, they're in rhythm the whole time. Like every call leads to another better call. You know, the run game and the pass game, they marry together. Everything feels like there's a plan. And when I watch the Ravens at times, it's like, hey, Lamar, do something magical. You know, a lot of their routes take forever. You know, it's a situation right now where I'm kind of looking at the sum of the parts and I'm like, yeah, I don't see a Super Bowl team in Baltimore. Well, but it's early. It's the same thing with Kansas City. They've lost to 2 contending teams as well. And I guess the question is, like, when you look at Baltimore's defense, which looked like shit the other night, credit the Lions. Let me make sure I do that. Jesus Christ. It was like a loony bin in the fucking comments the other day. Holy shit. Who hurt you? I know who hurt you.
I think it helped the
everybody hurt you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but as far as the Ravens are concerned, like, do you think getting Kyle Van Noy back, getting Jair Alexander back, getting Matabike back make them better than getting Worthy and Rice back makes the Chiefs?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, here's the thing.
And I know they're not getting Rashee Rice back this week. And I know all those guys we're talking about macro Chiefs and Ravens. Like, even as much better as we think the Ravens look than even in losses, because they score 40 against the Bills and they score 30 against the Lions and all that shit. But like, with their track record in the playoffs and with their weaknesses and the scheme deficiencies too, because I don't see, from a scheme standpoint, I don't see anything that wows me right now. Are they better than the Chiefs when the Chiefs get everybody back?
What I think is hard to account for is this mythical running back on 43 touches this year, fumbling 3 times.
Yeah.
Which is certainly the difference in 1 win, and
probably
could be the difference in
probably
2.
2.
And so they're very close to being a 3-0 team. They have a soft middle of the schedule with Bears, Dolphins, Vikings, Browns, Jets, Bengals, Steelers, Bengals. They're going to be in the playoffs.
Oh, I agree.
And a home game would help. But to your point, this is the narrative until they can change it.
Well, yeah, coupled with their track record and their current deficiencies, like, we don't even know who Jair Alexander is this year. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're – hey, okay, here's another thing. The Ravens don't really have, like, great rushers. So you go down the list and, you know, if the Chiefs if Kelsey catches the fucking ball on the goal line, maybe they beat the Eagles and they're 2-1, and we're just saying, like, hey, it's more of the same from Kansas City. They just find a way. I guess what I'm saying is, like, both these teams are probably going to be a lot better than they looked the first 3 weeks. I don't know, though, where the evidence is that the Ravens are going to get better this year than they were last year. And last year, the result was the same thing it always is, which is like laying an egg in the playoffs. And if they're not as good as they were last year, and the AFC's better overall, I think the Bills are better this year. I think the Chargers are better. I don't want to go out on a limb and say that the AFC's better overall. I think the Colts are better. Do you think that they can run the gauntlet this year with everything we see?
I know week 1's funny, but is it an oversimplification to say that they were up by 15 at Buffalo in the 4th quarter? I mean, that could be this team.
No question.
And it just went sideways.
No question. I guess what we're trying to say is these teams can be better than they've looked so far. No question. And that's why we put them in the top tier game, because it's Lamar against Patrick Mahomes. And one guy, their offense is like, hey, figure it out, Lamar, like, make some shit happen. And, you know, obviously you've got a run game to go with it. And then on the other side, it's like Patrick Mahomes with no run game, no receivers. You get Worthy back. it's like trying to fight out of a paper bag, but you can't. Like, you would think with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, you'd be able to find a way. And yeah, Thornton's played better and all that, but I think they're going to have to run the ball in this game. And the thing I loved about when they came out of the half and they had the touchdown drive against your G-men is they went under center, they ran the ball, they had a couple empty looks. What else they do? I really like that drive. I think there's things you can build on there. Number one being go under center and run the fucking football. See what happens, because I think play action comes off that. I think, Nolan and I were talking about this. What do you think the Ravens? How do you think the Ravens play this? I think they probably invite the Chiefs to run the ball and drive the ball down the field. And the Chiefs haven't scored a lot of fucking touchdowns this year. And so the Chiefs have been kind of duct taping it together. Patrick Mahomes, leading rusher, got a blitz 60% of the times against the Eagles to get it done or try to get it done. They're a totally duct tape operation. So two teams that are not their best right now. The Ravens have scored 111 points and they're 1-2. So it's kind of the opposite issue here.
The most in 3 games with a team with a losing record ever.
The question becomes, who do you trust getting better more? The Ravens defense or the Chiefs offense? I kind of trust the Chiefs offense getting better more. You know what I'm saying by that?
I do.
Because those are the units dragging these teams down.
Yep. No, I think that's fair. Ravens have 52 more points than the 3-0 San Francisco 49ers.
Well, the Niners have played the Saints, the Cardinals, and the Seahawks in their first game with Clint Kubiak as the offensive coordinator.
And this week, they get the Jacksonville Jaguars to top our Tickle My Fancy tier.
Yeah, no, honestly, what the fuck?
I didn't write it.
Did you write that?
I didn't write it.
Who?
That was Cowboy. Cowboy edit, I believe.
Did he?
Cows. That is top tier.
What are we, Englishmen?
Well, Macon, you said last week you want to rebrand this tier, so I told Cowboy to put a placeholder in there, so we knew to come back to that. And I guess that's what he came up with
immediately.
So that's a placeholder. The Tickle My Fancy.
The only problem is Tickle My Fancy is top tier in and of itself.
I also want to tell y'all I'm excited about this game. I think it should be top tier.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to use my
Duval
branch power.
Put some respect on the
Look it up.
Jags. Guess who leads the NFL in takeaways? Guess who
The
leads
Jags.
the NFL in takeaways? The Jags, baby.
That's why Eric Armstead said we're disrespected, man. And I kind of agree with him.
But it's good though. Hey, Eric, let them disrespect you. Fly under the radar so when it gets halfway through the season and people are looking at stats and rankings and stuff, they're gonna be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
The Jags?
What the helly?
The Jags are at the top of all these statistical numbers.
Can I raise my? I got something though.
What's up?
This is just devil's advocate.
Okay.
Maybe the devil needs no advocate here. But they've played the Texans offense.
No, don't.
I'm just saying.
I hear you.
I'm just saying. Let's wait a little bit.
Okay.
Right? Because I like the Jags.
So
you gave out the Jags. Just
now the Texans
gave out the Jags.
now the Texans ain't shit. Everyone loved the Texans, but now they're just some.
Oh, what is everybody supposed to do? Be like, yeah, I can see they ain't shit, but I'm gonna stick to my guns and say
No,
Texans,
I hear you. Okay, Texans. What else? You beat the Texans.
Who'd you beat the week before? Browning. You didn't beat
Browning,
but that accounts for a few turnovers.
Yeah.
And then the first week was Bryce Young, and who you said is terrible, right?
I mean, he just got to win. So that makes
I think
that
he's
win a little
actually
bit
pretty
better.
good, but I don't think they can protect. Especially that first game, they looked like shit. Although they were better last week.
But we about to light Robert Saleh's ass up this week.
I think he gave out the Jags. I'm going to bet the Jags.
Okay.
I like the Jags in the spot. It's a lot of points you're catching here. Is Purdy up or Purdy down? I don't know if it matters. No disrespect.
Okay.
I just think I think the Jags have a couple advantages. There's a lot of young guys on that defense in San Francisco, and Robert Saleh should be proud of the way they played.
Yeah.
Okay. But there are a lot of young guys on that defense, and Nick Bosa just left. Okay, he's on IR, and so when you watch this group, I think Huff has played well. I really like watching Bryce Huff play. I'm glad he's somewhere else now, because that Philly thing, once it started snowballing, it was never gonna work. But he's rushing his ass off. Michael Williams, he
Nice player.
there's a lot of, I'll put it this way, there's a lot of potential in that body, dude. I mean, he has a lot of strength, and he doesn't know what he's doing 100% of the time right now. Like, if he honed his hand usage, which he will, because it's fucking game 3, he could be dangerous. He's already a force in the run game, and he's getting pressures and affecting the pocket without knowing exactly what he's doing yet. So I think they've got a ton of potential. I honestly thought West was playing really well. I know he wasn't the second rounder. Collins was the early down guy. But I like West. He's a little twitchy. All the young guys are playing well. But I think West is injured at this point. Stout made a big play at the end of the game last. They're doing a great job. I just think this is their stiffest test. And I think there's a lot of weapons outside you can contend with, and the run game. So we'll see. I mean, like, as far as San Francisco's offense is concerned, my biggest concern is Christian McCaffrey's got 77 touches through 3 weeks. They're
not enough or too many?
It's a lot of touches for a guy that, like, with his injury history, he had an injury in preseason. We were worried about him playing this year. Not being IR'd or something, but eventually, like, that's how it goes with him. I would be careful. Now, they haven't had a choice, but this is like if they can find a way to win this game, I called Kyle Shanahan, like, to this point, like, Stike, and they might give him Coach of the Year if the season ended today, but I think Shanahan have a real good case for it because of who they've been throwing the ball with and to, and the youth on defense, the hiring of Saleh to come back and coach this defense. I mean no disrespect to the Niners and taking the other side of this. I just really believe that that the Jags have taken the next step a little bit. And yes, it is down to the quarterback. That's the one thing I can't plan for.
Yep.
If Trevor Lawrence isn't playing good football, then you leave a lot of money on the table. But even with Diami Brown out,
Trevor and the receivers, they both have to play good football.
I know there are drops.
It's just
I got it.
But it's just like when the drops happen, it's like, as someone who's watching the Jags, I feel like it's taking confidence away from Trevor. And then, like, Trevor has situations where he might sail a ball, like, on a guy that's open. And I don't know if that's affecting the guy for the next time he has to catch the ball. But there's been too many instances in games where one or two, what I just said, happens. Either one happens first or the second thing happens. And it just looks like it's throwing off the chemistry. So those guys just have to – everyone just has to get on the same page. Hopefully we can catch passes because we haven't – leading the league in drop passes is just like – should be the ultimate, like, badge of dishonor. Like, if you're a wide receiver.
Oh, it's terrible.
Like, yeah. Like,
that's what the Packers had to deal with last year. And listen, two things can be true at once. Like, you look at the Packers last year, and because of injury, in my opinion, Jordan Love sprayed the football.
Yeah.
And his guys were dropping balls. And so, I'm not saying that it's been all Trevor's fault when they've been when they missed.
Yeah.
But to me, he is the biggest question mark. And some people who are Trevor stans are going to say, well, fuck, what more do you need to see? We're 3 weeks into the season, guys. Yeah. Like, you guys are playing a winning brand of football. That's exciting. Quarterback's got to follow suit all year long. And the other thing is,
too many pre-snap penalties.
The offensive line's playing well.
Yeah.
So that to me is like, when I look at this game, you got a lot of young guys on the D line, right? Liam Cohen's going to throw a lot of looks at them they haven't seen yet. And Anton Harrison is playing a lot better.
Yeah.
I think he's playing really well, man. I watched him last week kind of hold up. He's held up all year, but that was two really good edge rushers, and they helped him, but he's playing well. Yep. So and the offensive line's playing well, man.
Hines Allen, 2 sacks away from franchise record also.
No shit.
Yeah.
What's he at?
He's at 53.5. The franchise record is 55.
What year is this for him?
Year 7.
Which is kind of wild that there hadn't been a Jags player.
Tony Brackens is who he would be passing.
That's a throwback name there. So I do think the matchup to watch is the must-see matchup. Not to disrespect Jags defense, is Jags offense. against this group on defense with San Francisco, who's done a good job, and they played above their age.
No, trust me. I've been giving props.
And D. Winters is playing his fucking ass off.
Yeah.
Those linebackers, man, they make things difficult.
Niners are 30 games over 500 with Nick Bosa since he entered the league, 6-12 without him.
Yikes.
And since you put that into the top tier, we're now on to the Tickle My Fancy tier, headlined by Washington, 2-1, at Atlanta, 1-2. Commies favored by a point. What do we make of Michael Penix? Mariota, 30-0 last week.
Well, it's funny, man. I feel like Atlanta, the stress level in that building must be really high, okay? Because first off, they fire Ike Hilliard, who's their wide receivers coach, like a day or two after the game. And after watching the quarterback play, it kind of reeks of like somebody had to go under the bus. But then they moved the offensive coordinator down on the field, which kind of tells me that maybe they weren't happy with their game day comms, in between series, like, making adjustments, that sort of thing. Like, I don't know exactly what happened down there, but that's not good when somebody gets fired this early in the season. I think Penix probably played his worst game in the pros. Not probably, he did. And Raheem Morris was asked about, hey, is Kirk Cousins going to come back in the game? Kirk came in the game at the end of the game just to protect Michael Penix in a game where they were getting their fucking asses kicked. He made it abundantly clear that it was one bad game from Michael Penix. I don't think it's like going to be a Kirk Cousins thing this year. But if Penix plays 3-4 games like this in a row, it's kind of like we're talking about, and we'll get there with Brian Daboll. Like, he's using his moon ball, right? Mm-hmm. He's throwing Jaxson Dart in the fire. Development be damned, because job security. Raheem Morris has to make a move if this guy plays bad for like weeks on end, but it's only 1 week.
Yeah.
However, we do see like kind of patterns popping up. We talked about it last week. You look at his passing chart; it's pretty damn predictable. There's an unwillingness to take some chances with Penix. I think Carolina keyed into where he takes his checkdowns last week and made him pay for it. His ball kind of rises a little bit. God, he's got such unique arm talent. And, the lefty thing's a little bit out there. But, like, the second play of that game, Nolan, against Carolina, he threw out of, like, a hole. He threw, like, a 15-yard out of, like, a hole. His arm is so strong, but he's not using it, And he looked unwilling to attack the seams and that sort of thing last week. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just a bad day. But it is pretty concerning when you couple it with the things that went on, this week from a coaching staff standpoint. And beyond that, fucking Bijan Robinson should be the centerpiece of your offense. And I think he carried the ball 13 times last week. Now, I know the game script didn't support it, but that's not completely explainable. You've got to be able to run the football. It's got to go through him.
What do you think about the other side of things?
The Commanders?
Yeah.
Got a chance to look at that game. I would hate to be an edge player playing this group. And I know, like, whenever you play a backup quarterback, sometimes you're not going to get your pass rush opportunities. Like I saw where Max Crosby, they said he just played terrible. They blocked him up all day. They chipped him. They ran the option at him. They got the ball out quick. Like, they didn't do a lot of true drop back. They asked Mariota's completing the ball to the flat on like little Hank concepts and RPOs and just like quick game shit. Now he did hit a nice ball down the seam to McLaurin, so he can make the throws. But I just think from a structure standpoint, it's amazing when you watch this offense trot a backup quarterback out there and the Bengals trot out their backup quarterback, like just the delta in prep and detail and the run game. And I know that the Commanders have a pretty good offensive line, but I got to give credit where credit's due. This is an OC that people said was going to be dead in the water come December, because all his schemes get figured out as the year goes on. Last year, they got to the playoffs, and I didn't see any signs of that. And then this year, out of the gate, they've had to win without Jaden Daniels, and last week it looked fantastic. I think part of that is the Raiders. But, again, let me come back to how annoying it is to prepare for this team. They get to the read option 5 different ways, at least. And if you're an edge player, they're going to bluff you. By bluff you, I mean they're going to run people in your face that aren't going to be blocking you, and they're going to make you chop your feet and slow down, and then the quarterback's going to pull it. There was at one point where, if you're a defensive end, you're preparing for the read option, you got to back to your side. Your job is either going to be crash down or throttle it down and surf technique, take the quarterback. Well, once you put your hand in the dirt, you key the quarterback, right? You key the quarterback. You're looking at the mesh, whatever your job is. Well, they orbit motion Deebo Samuel, meaning like behind the formation, set him right behind Mariota, and they kind of build like pistol near. And in that circumstance, the defensive end is not looking at the motion. He's not looking at what's going on, the window dressing. So by the time they run read option out of that look and they bluff the running back by the defensive end, he's just standing there like fucking frozen, dude. I'm just telling you, it is a tough offense to play, and I'm impressed with what they did with the backup quarterback last week.
Mariota looked good too. Like I don't know what was Mariota's speed coming out.
Probably 4.55,
Yeah,
4.6.
he looked a few of those pulls. Like when he was running, he looked like he was moving for
No
sure.
question.
Like still, and that offense, like just like you said, impressed me for sure last week. Just seeing them with Mariota and not having Jaden Daniels back there, but it doesn't seem like anything has changed. It looks like they have a system offense where, hey, you got the quarterback. If someone can come in and just do what they're supposed to, that's in that playbook, everything can still go well. And I think the fact that if you're looking at that as a defense, I know most of the time as a defender, you hear, hey, we're playing against a backup quarterback. There's going to be some drop off. And there probably is. But if you're watching that tape, you're just like, damn, Mariota's good.
Well, it also plays into something which is like the instinct of a defensive lineman seeing a backup quarterback and being like, oh, we're going to get a lot of opportunities. Or,
Yeah.
Like especially off a game like Atlanta's game last week where you're like, where's the pass rush, right? Like they kept Bryce Young pretty clean from what it seemed like. And so, like this is a young group. They haven't seen looks like this. And on top of it, they're probably, feeling the pressure of like, when we get a rush, we got to win it. So what can Cliff do to play that aggression, against themselves? And then, like when they see man coverage, and they will, like, what does Cliff have cooked up for this group? Because I'm telling you, last week it was like confusing as fuck watching this offense. I mean, I would on a couple of those plays, I would have been like a dog on the highway, like just standing there watching cars pass. It's a hell of an offense to play in and play against.
Yeah, and just a couple important names to note from the injury report going into this game: McLaurin, Bill Krosky Merritt, John Bates, and Noah Brown, all DNPs on Thursday.
Jeez Louise.
Chris, to put a bow on the improvement we want to see from the Falcons offense, I remember listening to you and Coach Morris talk about the similarities in the offensive setups between the group in Atlanta and the group in Detroit. And as we've been watching Penix's tape through the season, I feel like the thing that keeps coming to mind for me is I want him to be more like Jared Goff. Like rip the deep dig, rip the seam balls, rip the crossers, all that stuff in the middle of the field that Goff does so well. I think if Penix could do that, it would unlock a lot of things for them offensively.
Right, and he looks like he's most comfortable throwing a 15-yard comeback on the numbers, or
right.
like on the hash. And so I don't know what it is about the unwillingness to throw the ball over the middle of the field, but that's got to change. And the other thing I want to mention is, boy, Von Miller turned back the hands of time. Of course, it was the Raiders' offensive line, but he was throwing some long arms in there last week. It was a thing of beauty, man. And so shout out to Von Miller looking like a spring chicken, at least last week.
Vaughn,
best seat. I got a best seat for you. Younghoe Koo, whose replacement missed some kicks last week, and then Graham Gano got hurt in New York, and Younghoe's got a job again, a job with Big Blue. So
I've seen that. You seen all the memes going out about it.
Hangover.
Saying in a few weeks, the Hangover meme. It's a picture of the guys just spent they're coming out the elevator.
Yeah. I don't get it yet.
I don't even get it after seeing it.
What is it?
Several times. It's like in a few weeks, this is Shane, Dable, Younghoe Koo, and somebody else.
Oh, because they're all going to be on a
Dable,
trip. They're going to be like, it's like a Mykonos thing.
Yeah, they're all going to be out of
They're going to
there.
have started early.
Yeah. I think Youngway has a job for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I think so too.
Probably those other cats as well. Does this mean Cliff is head coaching a ball club next year?
Golly.
When the runners last week were Chris Rodriguez, Bill Merritt, Jeremy McNichols, Marcus Mariota.
I don't know if he's a bad guy enough to be a head coach.
Okay.
Like, that's from a distance. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know, like.
Doesn't work all the time.
What, being a bad guy?
No, not being a bad guy.
Yeah, you got to be the bad guy sometimes.
No, I think that was Trestman's downfall.
Yeah.
When he was coach, he just like wasn't a bad guy. You got to motherfuck guys once in a while.
Cliff, you gotta start punching your players.
I was going to add what could work in Cliff's favor in this head coach conversation is if the Kyler Murray trajectory continues to go like this.
No question.
It becomes was it Cliff or was it,
It's a reverse Daniel Jones situation.
Yeah.
Right.
For Cliff.
But just because we said that, Kyler Murray's going to run 3 touchdowns tonight.
But the next week, it'll be like,
XP, double XP weekend.
Well, I don't know what's good. And this weekend was double XP?
I don't know. I never know.
Hey, tell me why I've won 11 straight games in Madden and I'm at the highest level. I'm not in the top 100. I couldn't.
You can't be LeBron still. Why are you so bad about
I'm not
LeBron
mad. What I was
being
thinking,
good?
No, I was thinking I can't beat LeBron. I don't know if I could beat LeBron.
He was in the bubble going off. He got good. That's all he had to do in the bubble.
Do you know how many games you have to play to be in the top 100?
Do you know if you were locked? How long were they locked in the bubble for? Think about how many games you would have played if you were in the bubble for 3 months. Without your family, you were just playing, going to practice.
No, because I would have meetings all day because we play a sport that you have to like prepare for.
No, they had time, dude. Like, think about how much time you would have had to play. You would be like, you're thinking about it now.
Dog, there are guys on there that I'm like, bro, they're just shitting their pants and playing the game. They're not even getting up to go to the bathroom. Like, I'm looking at top 100 and I'm like, holy shit, bro. Like go grab a bite to eat. Player, like, this is crazy. I'm doing the math.
And then you got the whole internet now. They want to randomly get put in the game against Chris Long because he seems so cool.
That's not true, man.
I mean, Wale said you're saving online
humanity, dude.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cameron McDonald, who we said we're gonna get him on here.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna set up our Twitch or whatever it is, and that'll be the first game.
Bet.
Cameron McDonald.
But we should do the thing. You should let me talk trash to him.
I like that too. So you wanted to go to Dublin.
Minnesota and Pittsburgh are playing at 9:30 a.m. Eastern at a place called Croke Park.
Mm-hmm.
Vikings are favored by 2.5 points. Wentz was 9 for 12 for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns on quick passes.
What time is that there? You don't know?
He got it out under 2.5 seconds.
That's probably 3:00, something like that.
Something like that.
Like 2:30 game?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
You know what they could probably retire at this point?
Was that gas?
The term.
Yeah, I want to apologize for
They could probably retire the term full throat.
Full throat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Who says that? Tarico?
No, there's no way you can.
Tarico, or was that an Al Michaels thing?
I didn't hear it.
You're pushing that fart.
Throat.
They said it's Sunday night.
Then that would have been
Tarico, but I thought it came from Michaels anyways. You guys have never heard somebody say that?
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
At full throat.
Pause that.
I mean.
A full throat.
Boisterous crowd.
Is at full throat. Would you ever say that?
Yeah, I'd say that.
If you were calling a game, that would be in your repertoire?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go to.
Vikings Steelers, man. Listen, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say here. If I were the Steelers, what would I do? Because I can't stop the run right now. Although sometimes you think, because the team hasn't been able to stop the run for the better part of 3 weeks, they're going to decide. They're going to go home and decide. They're going to have a meeting and everyone's going to it's time to stop the run because we're mad. That's kind of not how it works in the NFL. But I'm kind of falling into the trap of believing that Cam Hayward and those guys are going to be really pissed off this week and stop the run. It is the Bengals. Put them on the grill. Although they should be fucking trading for Russell Wilson. The Bengals. I don't know if you like that idea. It is the Bengals that they just got
That
What?
guy, he's terrible. Trade
Is
for,
he terrible?
Yes, trade for James.
Or is
Winston.
it the quarterback? Ask Malik Neighbors.
Dude, Russ is in slow motion.
I know he is.
Oh,
Slow motion's better than no motion.
Slow motion from it.
But so I look at it and I'm like, is this a game where they commit bodies to stop the run? They dare Carson to beat them, and I think it could go that way. This is probably a sell high spot for Minnesota, except for the fact that maybe this goes to show just how not ready J.J. McCarthy was, and the Kevin O'Connell that we know and love is back with a veteran quarterback.
So
of the free agent, grab bag echelon of quarterbacks. He's been able to do this thing before, right? On the other side of things, they're going to throw a lot of exotic looks at Aaron Rodgers and play a lot of zone against a group that honestly, I don't know what the numbers say, but just watching them, remember I've said a couple times, it looks like Aaron and his receivers are not on the same page in finding spots in zones. Where, Aaron wants somebody to throttle it down and they just keep running. You saw that with Freiermuth last week on third down. I've seen it with DK. Or is he going to be baited into a trap because of the way his offensive line plays? I mean, they're going to bring pressure that's going to be unrelenting, if I had to imagine. And those two tackles have not been great. I could see it being a situation where Aaron gets hit a lot in Dublin. And, all you need is for him to throw into cover two trap or something just one time. They got him last year in London, I think.
Yep.
Three picks in his only time playing B-Flow.
So I feel like this is a Viking spot. The only thing that makes me worry a little bit is Carson Wentz turning around and being the turnover machine, or the Vikings not being able to run the football and having to rely on Carson Wentz beating them. There's a big trend in international games to bet the favorite.
Mm-hmm. I think it's.
But I wouldn't even know who to. I know the line is it's flipped from Steelers to Vikings, I think.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't even know who to make the favorite if I was Vegas.
I'm thinking about it in a standpoint that the Steelers are a little bit of an older team, and thinking about Aaron Rodgers and Cam Hayward and
sitting
stuff
on
like that.
Airplane.
Yeah, I think that travel
does suck.
It might. I'm not saying it's gonna affects everyone differently, but sometimes having to do that travel and being out of your normal routine, yeah, for games, having to throw in that long travel and the time difference and whatever it may be, I just feel like that might play a big part in maybe guys starting slow or playing different.
I think I just figured out what I'm going to do Sunday morning. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to eat some corned beef hash and drink some Guinness.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going to bet the Vikings profusely because per Dan Orlovsky, the Vikings opponents in third and long, and I assume third and long is 3rd and 7 or more, wouldn't you think? In for the purposes of this statistic, opponents are 1 of 18. Vikings opponents when sitting in third and long. So I asked Nolan to run the Steelers' average third down distance. You want to know what it is? Third and long.
Third and long.
3rd and 7.4. So I'm going to wake up Sunday morning.
Why wait?
And put my money on the redhead because maybe the line changes,
In either.
Yeah. There's still time to chicken out. But I figure betting a ginger in Ireland is the way to go, dude.
Sounds like a slam dunk to me.
Yes.
And the Vikings don't have to fly home.
Because they play next week.
It's in London.
Yeah.
For the first time. No team hanging
Which is
around.
cool. That's kind of cool. Some guys I love my family, but some guys maybe don't. And then, you want to leave the country for 2 weeks. Sorry, I got to go.
It's cool until you're that player that gets cut. And you pack for 2 weeks and you're leaving.
Oh yeah, and then you're leaving on a commercial flight and they got you in flying a coach back to the U.S.
on a commercial flight, going through customs, doing all the BS without the fast tracking of being on a team is just horrible.
I was joking about the family thing. The thing that, like, for me is cool is, like, when you go on the road with your team, you get closer.
Yeah,
you really do.
Spill,
like,
yeah.
You know, in 2017, we went on the road and played the Seahawks and then stayed on the West Coast, which is a lot different than staying in the UK.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, and then we played the Rams the next week, and we finished with a win and went back east, and, like, we were tight. That was the game Carson tore his ACL. And so just having that, like, that time together in the hotel, on the buses, all that stuff, like, training camp's one thing, but you can have a little bit more fun on the road in the regular season in a weird way, and just get to know each other better and build that camaraderie.
L.A. Chargers 3-0 at New York Giants 0-3. Chargers favored by 6.5. Last time the Giants beat the Chargers was in 1998. It was Danny Cannell against Ryan Leaf. This week it'll be Justin Herbert against Jaxson Dart.
So Justin Herbert's playing fantastic. We talked about that last week. The O-line's a little bit banged up. Like, I think the Chargers, their one concern has got to be the interior of this offensive line against Dexter Lawrence, for sure. But, you know, Pipkins, who did a good job on Max Crosby, we talked about that and all that stuff. You know, you are going to see a litany of edge rushers. You're going to see some different looks. I think this is a game where the Bolts get up early and try to, hey, put it on the rookie quarterback now. Like, if you can – and this is why I think they lead with the pass a little bit, right? Like, Giants pass defense, not so great. Get up early in this game, throw the football, put this game in a place where to win it, the Giants would have to throw the football as well and put it on the rookie quarterback, who, I mean, we've seen him play in preseason, but that doesn't mean shit. So this is a box of chocolates, man. I have no idea. But if I had to guess, I think the Chargers take control early.
Kid's got moxie.
No, I like him.
We just don't know about poise yet, for instance.
I don't know if he has couth. Eli Manning was like, hey, man, if you need anything, just call me. Anything. Like, I'll give you advice. I
love it.
All that stuff, like, whatever you need. And then Jaxson Dart was like, yeah, can you give me a reservation at the most
There are like 6 tables in there.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
and it was the same night. It was the same night. You don't call Eli Manning and say,
why not? You don't say, call me for anything. And then he calls you for anything, and you kind of diss him. He did exactly what you said. You didn't say, hey, call me anything having to do with football and getting acclimated with the Giants.
Yeah, but who says that? You just say, call me, anything you need, just holler. Like, you know how many people you say that to? Like,
I know,
people already say, do you not say that to people?
But, I mean, I don't think so. Like,
anything you need.
Like, nah. Because if they do, then it's just like, hey, you said anything you need.
Yeah.
You got to be, like, careful with your words.
I guess so. Eli's got to be more careful with his words. That's what you're taking away from that.
Because it's just like, dang, like, why don't you help him get the reservation if you can help him? But also, too,
I want to rent the Statue of Liberty out.
But look, the funny thing about that, too, is Eli making it seem like he was going to be able to do that anyway.
Well, Eli can definitely make that happen.
No.
He can definitely make that happen.
2-time Super Bowl.
If Eli can, then Jaxson Dart, he probably can. He's probably ate in there since this whole debacle.
Yeah, because Eli got him a fucking reservation.
No,
that's
because
why
it went viral. It went viral, and people are probably telling, "Hey, Charles, for Charles, you better hit Jaxson Dart up." And
that's the name of the restaurant, For Charles.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you don't know Eli Manning.
God.
It's just a wild thing. Hey, yeah, anything you need. Like I think, like I'm sure Brian Dawkins at some point was like, "Hey, anything you need, man." And
if you hit him up for a reservation at a food spot in Philly that he had pull at, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have cared to just be like, "Hey, can you guys get one of the new rookies
yeah, but it's the
in?
same night.
Hey, can you guys get one of the rookies in tonight?" What's the worst that they could say? No, Eli. That's it.
I just hate asking for things, and then when somebody else tells me to ask for something, I'm like, oh, just fucking kill me. like I got to be needy on account of somebody else. Like, oh fuck.
I won't miss watching Russell Wilson at quarterback without any disrespect. He was 4 of 18 throwing in the red zone. He was almost as bad throwing on third down. He's running in quicksand, which you don't really hear much about as an adult. Quicksand. He was running as if he was standing on a beach.
It's a lot less quicksand than I thought there was out there.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I've encountered it once.
Shockingly
I spent a lot of
small
time
amount of
outside, and I've
quicksand.
never. Yeah,
The experiment begins now.
the quicksand scare tactics. Fuck.
I mean, is it Dable making the call? Is it Joe Shane making the call? What's weirder to me is letting Dable and Shane make the call to pick a quarterback in the first round if they're indeed lame duck coach and general manager. I mean, if it works out, it works out. They keep their jobs.
I don't know that Shane's a lame duck. I think Dayball's leash per se is shorter. Like I think there's a world, and I said this the other day when it happened on that social that just lit up across all platforms. There was when I talked about the Russell Wilson getting benched. I don't see this as a situation where even if Jaxson Dart shows you he's the heir apparent and he's the future, that Dayball keeps his job. I don't think those two things have to go together. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
So Dable's done. What saves his job?
no, that's not it. They have to win games, and Jaxson Dart has to look like the guy.
And Dan
'Cause
Dimes can't win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that hurts too.
You think so?
That would not help.
No, Danny Dimes winning the Super Bowl, you just shut it down.
Yeah.
Just
He's
let the
got to
Jets play.
retire. Yeah.
Just cede the floor to the Jets.
But they can't do that because they did that with Saquon, right? So like in the big grand scheme of things, like getting rid and watching Saquon win the Super Bowl, like you can't be that up.
I understand, but there's you're like inextricably linked to the production of your quarterback when you're an offensive head coach. And then on top of it, like the defense hasn't played this well this year.
Yeah.
You know, relative to expectation. I think what's also interesting is like we've looked at this thing and we talked about it the other day. Like, where's the soft landing for Jaxson Dart, hypothetically?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it ain't really here because they got like Denver coming up.
Damn.
They got the Eagles coming up twice. Obviously, this weekend, like 2025's no-fly zone.
So that seat's just hot.
Well, the seat's hot as fuck.
It's Bears. It's Bears, Caleb Williams, Matt Eberflus.
It's December 1st would have been the only time, but like we can't deal in hypotheticals. The reality is this: the seat's hot. He's got to throw him in there. This is his moon ball. We'll see what happens. The good thing is, if you are firing him, the longer runway you have for this kid to improve through the year, the better it is for whoever you're trying to hire next year.
Cliff Kingsbury.
Because if you're trying to lure one of these hot young offensive minds or a retread like Cliff Kingsbury, it's going to be a lot easier when you say, hey, Jaxson Dart showed us he is the quarterback of the future this year. If you put him in December and he's still feeling his way through it, then, you know, like
Coaches might not want to
Well-
do the job or
well, yeah, I mean, he might not look good the first 3-4 games
Yeah.
he starts.
Do you recall Josh Rosen? If the Giants are 0-17, they can also move on.
They can absolutely move on. They can absolutely move on and find their next Kyler Murray.
That's right. And Arch Manning starts this week. We're all behind you, Jackson.
Who, by the way, did you know that Arch Manning is like is Al Qaeda because he flexed on somebody from Sam Houston? Holy shit! Like, what are we doing now? I saw like Johnny
insurance
Manziel,
investor?
who's my dog. I love Johnny Manziel, but he's like up there with Ocho and Shannon. He's like, yeah, what the fuck is this kid doing? I'm like, what, dude? He can't flex on somebody? I don't know what that kid said to him like 2 plays ago.
Well, what was ironic about Johnny Manziel was that he did the same thing
To
to
Sam Houston. People just hate this dude right now. I don't know. Give him some time. He'll
Top
be in New York
quarterback.
before you know it, or Cleveland.
Top quarterback prospects for next year not coming to New York. Lenore Sellers, Garrett Nussmeier, John Mateer, Taylon Green, Drew Aller, Fernando Mendoza, Carson Beck, these sorts of kids.
Don't care.
Dante Moore.
Don't care. They can't
2 of them
can't
playing.
comment. They play that minor league football sport. That
2
I
of them
can't-
playing a minor league game in Happy Valley on Saturday night.
Yeah.
The Detroit Lions are 10-point favorites at home against the Cleveland Browns.
I'm a little surprised by this. They should be 75-point favorites, in my opinion. Seriously.
A team with Myles Garrett?
Yeah.
That's disrespect.
Oh, they're going to block
that
everybody
big?
on that. Like, I'll put Tate Ratledge one-on-one with Myles Garrett.
My guy, did you take them
One of the best guards ever. What?
Did you take them on the Backdoor Cover show?
Lions this week?
Yeah.
No, I took them the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
But
Jared
evidently,
Goff running for his life.
I hate the team.
Yeah.
That's what I found out. So I was going to let you break this game down.
Okay. If I'm the Browns general manager, I think I'm the cock of the walk because Quinshawn Judkins is running around like crazy. Mason Graham appears to be a player. Carson Schlesinger is leading the team in tackles.
Hell yeah, they got a lot of good young players playing ball.
And they beat the Super Bowl champion Green Bay Packers last week.
Can't talk about the Browns. Talk about the Lions.
Why?
Talk about the Lions.
Okay, less prepared on the Lions.
What do you hate them?
The Detroit Lions are terrific. Favorites to win the NFC North now after a win in Baltimore. They have great players all across the roster and are led by head coach Dan Campbell, who after facing his protege Ben Johnson is now back off and running and a double-digit favorite in Week 4. Chris, back to you.
Here you go. You see this little comparison?
Vince Lombardi and Dan Campbell?
Oh.
I made you look. It's believable. That's why he looked.
Jared Goff and Drew Brees. Steve Bullock on Twitter said, "I'm going to start a dialogue," and you'll see this in one moment.
I did see this. The numbers are very similar.
Very similar, but a little skewed
And
because it was
different eras.
yes.
I'm going to put my serious hat on now. I think Jared Goff's fucking fantastic. I do. I don't know that they play the exact same, but they don't play the same. But the numbers, yeah. I mean, fuck, dude. And the great thing about Jared Goff is, like, when you see a guy do it in two spots, you know, it's the whole it was McVay thing. You know, no, it's not. No, it's Ben Johnson. No, it's not. I in all seriousness, I thought the interior offensive line played well the other night, and this is going to be a big test. I mean, Cleveland's D tackles were getting after it last week. I mean, the Packers' offensive line didn't look great last week. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Forget about blocking Myles Garrett. That's one thing. But the guys inside are pretty good too. I am looking forward to seeing this matchup because it is kind of strength on strength. Like, these two units, Detroit's offense, Cleveland's defense, what more can you ask for? Maybe a quarterback playing quarterback for the Browns at some point would be
kind of like
the
their
cherry
signal
on top.
caller a little bit. Lions touchdown drives of 98, 96 yards.
Gave him out the other night just in case you're muttering something under your breath at home. Maybe you should get your fucking back straight.
And I gave out David Montgomery two
Come back to you, of
touchdowns.
course.
And I didn't bet it. I said it right here on this show, and I did not bet it.
What?
David Montgomery 2 touchdowns,
Oh, fuck, dude.
and I did not bet it.
My son went to bed needing like all these points from David Montgomery.
Me too.
Dude,
Me
and
too.
Woke
And-
up so happy.
Yeah, we beat Brian.
You beat Brian. Good.
Yep.
The Packers are playing the Cowboys on Sunday night. Micah Parsons and such. In 3 games without CeeDee Lamb, the Dallas Cowboys score half as many points as they do when they have them.
Yeah, this is the Kenny Clark revenge game. He's been waiting weeks for this game. Is this Sunday Night Football?
Sunday Night Football.
Oh, man.
It's revenge. It's revenge for Micah. You know why?
No, it's Kenny Clark.
You know why?
Yeah.
No refunds. Micah purchased a box in Dallas for the whole year, and they asked him about it, and they were like, "Why don't you give it back?" And he was like, he looked at the camera and he was like, "No refunds." So
Buy it.
Say again.
Somebody's got to buy it from him, right?
Probably, but still, like,
You lease it?
not being able to kind of like give that back. Hey, I'm not gonna be here. Like, let me get my money back. Let me get my quarter.
Yeah, but they also
Wait.
don't have to give you your money back for the suite.
Say it again.
They don't have to give you your money back.
No, they clearly didn't.
No.
They clearly did.
The fine print, if it's like if you're a surefire Hall of Famer, and we trade you right before the season starts,
Like you should be able to. I should be able to get my money back.
you aren't
No.
allowed to get your money back.
What do you think should happen? I'm having a hard time figuring.
All sales final.
What do you think should happen?
If I get traded from your team
Yeah.
and I bought a box
Uh-huh.
that's clearly for my family to watch the home games here.
Yeah.
If I'm not gonna be here because you guys traded me or whatever just happened, why can there not be some type of, hey, let me get my money back?
Because it's,
Yes.
no. And I'm on Micah's side at every turn in the road on this thing. Like, I'm anti-Jerry, but you can't expect your bill to be taken care of.
No, it's good faith, bro. You mean to tell me, like, you know damn well someone wants that box.
Yes. So like the thing is, Micah's agent is gonna be like, I'll handle it, and Micah doesn't have to handle it. They'll probably
Sublease it.
make more money than they would have.
Maybe.
They'll probably, you just every week you just upcharge somebody who wants to go to the Dallas game. I'd be paying.
Well, no.
You'd have to pay me to go watch Dallas.
That's
play.
what I mean.
Hold on a minute, player. If
Especially
I'm
with CD
Micah,
in that
especially with
hideous
CD
stadium.
Especially CD Lamb not playing.
I'm keeping the box. The box stays empty.
Just keep it.
Nobody's in the box.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. What could he do with the box?
Great question.
What
But
could
he's
he
not
do with the box?
But he's
Like,
not there. You think Jerry will let that happen? He'd be like, man, fill that damn box up. We don't care.
He
If
paid
you
me
need
for
No,
it.
you
No
can't do that.
refunds.
You
It's
can't
his
do that.
box.
That's his box.
I hear you.
What if he filled it with people with signs?
Or this week, just cheeseheads everywhere.
Yeah.
All his family and decked out in gear.
That's probably.
We're gonna need to find the box on Sunday night.
We will be able to find the box, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, they got to find Micah Parsons wherever he's lined up. That's going to be
amazing.
how many cameras are going to be on Micah Parsons every fucking play, dude?
It's gonna be like the college football national championship.
But how great is that, though?
Peacock, just a Parsons cam.
Because you know how it is. Guys you go against in practice all the time, and you're just like, yo, I'm whooping your ass. You're on my team, and I want you to do so well on Sunday. But for real, if we played against each other, I will fucking whoop your ass. And now
He's been in one-on-one pass rush.
Exactly.
He's been rushing Terrence Steele for years and being like,
You're cake work. Like, I don't even need to do this right now. We know each other too well. And it gets to a point to that, too, in practice. When you practice against guys enough that it's just like one or the other might not be superior, but it's just like we've had reps against each other so much.
I know what I'm doing.
I know what I'm doing. I know what you're doing. And I know how to win this drill.
Jerry is so prideful that I would imagine he would rather lose the game by 3 scores than win it and give up 3 sacks to Micah Parsons.
1,000%.
Which leads me to my question. Do you think that Jerry has been in offensive meetings this week being like, not enough. I need the guard, the tackle, the tight end. I need the back chipping out. Like, they're going to leave people unblocked.
If he texts or I could definitely see him like walking by meetings and just being like popping his head in and being like, we're going to take care of that Micah guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take care of him, right? Like, yeah, we got it, Jerry.
None of this jet protection.
Did you guys see the quote this week that could have been fake? That was Jerry Jones saying that they would certainly consider moving the picks they got from the Packers for a vet,
Shut the fuck
for
up,
a really
dude.
good player.
You got to be kidding me.
I'll find it. It was incredible.
You got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. I mean, let's talk about like what you think happens in this game. I think the Packers D line like eats the Cowboys offensive line for lunch.
Yeah.
Tex-Mex.
And I predict,
Nice.
I predict a really big blow up by George Pickens. I think it's time.
You think it's blow up time?
I think it's time.
He was kind of blowing up at the end of the game last week.
Look.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be either or. I like if CeeDee Lamb is just not in this game, if he doesn't have 2 or 3 touchdowns during this game, if CeeDee Lamb doesn't play,
He's not playing. He's
So-
out for like 4 to 6.
So if he isn't their main focus, or if they don't try to get him going early with passes and throwing the ball his way, I think he is going to have a meltdown. Because I feel like he wasn't doing it. He's trying to do the team thing. Everyone knows him as kind of the guy that you kind of don't want in the locker room, or
Yeah.
is overly emotional. But now that, hey, some people might think CeeDee Lamb's the one here and I'm the 1A or whatever you may call it. Now that he's gone, I'm definitely the one.
Yeah.
So if all these plays aren't going through me or I'm not the first option, I think he's going to be like, hey, we're gonna see old George Pickens. Or on the other hand,
it's going to be good TV. No matter what happens, this is a good TV game.
Or on the other hand, like we see him go off. I think Pickens is. I think they should be throwing him the ball like a lot.
I think they absolutely should throw him the ball. Here's the only thing for me that can muddy this game up because I think the Packers should be able to run the football. Their offensive line likely Rasheed Walker at left, Jordan Morgan at left guard, Elton Jenkins at center, Sean Ryan at right guard, and Darian Kennard at right tackle. Like, they've had a lot of injuries up front, and last week was ugly. And it was the Browns, for sure. And, the Browns are just good. But I thought some guys really struggled, and that's the one thing. The Packers or the Cowboys don't have pass rush like that. I'm interested to see what Jadeveon Clowney looks like. Does anybody know what number he's wearing there?
While we look, Jerry Jones did say this week he would trade picks from Micah Parsons' deal for, quote, special player.
That's wild. That's wild. That's like a Norm Macdonald joke.
Yes.
That's a good one, dude.
Yep.
He's funny. Number 42.
Jackie Robinson.
That's interesting. Not the Jackie Robinson part, just the choice on the number.
42 Doug.
Why did he went 24, 42,
7?
He's worn a multitude of numbers. 90. All right, so that's Sunday night. And Bland might be back. Just of note.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bland and Diggs are back at practice.
Practice. You got to run the football. Run the damn football. Because you're down a receiver. Those guys are actually pretty good outside there. If they both play, that complicates things.
Carolina is in New England.
But you got to watch out for this new look Dallas run defense. Ever since they shipped Micah Parsons out of town.
I think this is a bit.
It is.
I picked up on it.
Yeah.
Just took me until chaos watch. Patriots are favored by 5.5. Last time the Patriots lost 4 fumbles in a game was against the Browns in 1992 when Bill Belichick was Cleveland's coach. Got to take care of the football.
You absolutely do. This is one I can't figure out.
I'm seeing it.
Because I'm seeing buy low on 2 different teams. I don't know if Carolina would qualify as a buy low since they just won 30-0, but like Carolina's not great, right?
Right.
Although I thought their defense played pretty well last week. Obviously,
shut out.
We made a big deal about Atlanta, but I enjoyed watching this defense, and I know Ivero's like people are on his ass a little bit, but schematically, I think the scheme's pretty good. The guy's got to execute, man. Like, I will say this. They look better with Derek Brown on the field. Derek Brown is a super underrated player. Him being back, looking pretty good. That definitely helps up front. I just shout a couple guys out. Morig is fun as fuck to watch. He plays his ass off. And, he'll get in there and mix it up. They got a lot of guys who can run a hit. And then the one dude that I talked about in preseason for the Panthers, I watched a little bit of their defense this week. Scorton, that's how I'm saying his last name. Number 11 for the Carolina Panthers. They had this princely kid from Ole Miss who's a big, tall kid. He's had some rushes get home. The word out of camp was like he was the best young rusher. But I like this Scorton guy, dude. I mean, maybe I'm just talking to myself on this one. You guys have to go watch it.
A&M.
But he's a fun rusher, man. He's like a good option rusher. Got a lot of shimmy bull in his game, shimmy spin, one inside, one outside. Just of note for Panthers fans, you should be excited about a couple of your young rushers, not just the princely kid. This kid can play. I think them keeping Bryce clean last week and not making him do it all is definitely a good sign. They're going to face a really tough defensive line this week. I think, I'll say it again, Landry, Milton Williams have done a fantastic job up front. They obviously have Barmore. Is Keon White back this week, or what's going on with Keon White?
He played some last week. Should be an increased workload this week.
Yeah. So the other thing is for New England, like when you fumble that much, eventually, like with a coach like Mike Vrabel, he's going to do something about it. And supposedly this week, Henderson was the first back taking carries in at least some drills that reporters were seeing. Like that leads them to speculate that maybe Stevenson actually was the third guy getting the ball, with Gibson backing up Henderson. So if he's in the doghouse, we get to see this rookie play.
Who's been off to a bumpy start after preseason.
Bumpy start, but if he's the starter and he's going to take care of the football, then I think most Pats fans will say, hey, that's just fine. I don't really have a lot to say about this game. These teams have got to earn it. They got to earn the analysis.
And if Bryce Young wants to string a couple games together, like if he wants to get some quick passes going, the Patriots secondary allowing quarterbacks almost 75% completion rate through 2 weeks, or through 3 weeks.
The Patriots.
Yeah, Patriots defense.
Yeah, well they've had problems. I mean, like we talked about this Monday where they benched a corner, they benched Ellis at backer. We'll see if those demotions hold, but like Gonzalez should be back any day. Is this like
limited participant Wednesday?
So he would give them a big lift. Line him up opposite Carlton Davis. They've struggled to tackle. Two teams that I can't really figure out yet, although the Patriots do have a pretty soft stretch coming up, relatively speaking, so they really could use this one. If they can get 2-2, look at their schedule after this week. So
did they pick Xavier Legette too high?
Yeah.
Yeah. First round.
Yeah.
And Cowboy, you know how Bryce Young does against bad pass defenses, don't you?
Yeah.
Career 0-7 against bad pass defenses.
That's wild.
Teams allowing 250 plus.
But look at this chart. Behold, a chart, and one that supports my hypothesis, which is that the ball placement has been money from him this year.
He's by himself, so he's the best. He's putting the ball in the
accuracy and efficiency on deep ball. On one axis, you have catchable ball percentage. He's up near 70.
You want to be top right.
On the other, he's just under 0 EPA per pass attempt, which to me means that the difference between him and like a Matt Stafford is a million years of experience and probably some skill, but like also receivers that catch the ball. The reason he's not on the right is likely because people have not been able to come down with the ball, with said football.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I saw.
That's why Trevor's down there.
Sometimes charts can be helpful.
Well, and shout out you talking about Bryce Young, and also shout out Nolan talking about Drake May, because Drake May is in the top 10 of nearly every quarterback category.
Drake May looks fine, dude. Drake May looks fine. The problem is we talked about, Nolan brought this up on Monday, the receivers can't separate.
But he's got those tight ends.
Yeah. He likes the tight end.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
You fantasy pickup, get some of that.
Yeah.
Get you some Hunter Henry.
I already have him.
AFC South Showdown. Tennessee is at Houston. Both teams pretty good by you. Both teams are 0-3. This is a 1 o'clock kick. The Titans are favored by a touchdown.
I remember it used to be the Jags in that spot.
Right.
That 0-3 spot.
Yeah.
And for the South.
How good does it feel?
Man.
Look at these these peasants.
Like, look at these guys.
These peasants.
Look at these teams. It used to be the Jaguars, the low totem pole.
Sorry, I don't have any cash on me, guys.
The easy game in the AFC South, and lo and behold, what do you know? You got Tennessee and Houston. C.J. Stroud hasn't been good since he put his arm around Caleb Williams, and said whatever he said to him. He's just been trash.
Yep.
How do you turn it around? Is Tank Dell? I think Tank Dell and Mixon, are they that important to that offense that it just changed everything?
I think it's really important. I also think picking the right play caller is paramount. And right now, the jury's still out on Kaylee. Listen, they were driving with a chance to tie that game the other day. They just keep doing stupid shit. I mean, Nico Collins drops, and there's another thing. Like I think it was Tyson Campbell with the forced fumble.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have forced a bunch of turnovers. They can't really run the ball. Like, that's not really a thing they do well right now. They can't protect the passer. Who are the guys that separate? They got one dude that everybody worries about. Christian Kirk just came back. They're not on the same page yet. Higgins, they're not using the vertical element that he brings to the offense.
Forget he's even there.
So, and this isn't me on a soapbox for C.J. Stroud because, I got out over my skis thinking he was going to be as good as I thought he was going to be like the next year and this year. But you have to admit, scheme plays into that, context plays into that, and it ain't just the quarterback. Like, everybody's got the flu over there.
Yeah.
So.
Hey.
And then cutting a guy 3 games in.
Oh, C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Yeah.
And that turned out to be over some, like, locker room shit.
That's what they're saying, yeah.
Man, oh man, and unfortunately for him, because I love the way he plays, and like from the outside looking in,
5 teams in 5 years.
Yeah, from the outside looking in, I look at him, I'm like, man, like he's a dog on the field, and like I just love his energy and everything. But like if that dog mentality continues in the locker room too much, we all play with guys like that. Sometimes,
I wonder what was said. I wonder if he got at CJ like, yo, you suck right now.
I don't think he got at CJ because because CJ stood up for him at the podium. Like CJ was like, I really like him. Like I'm rooting for him. I can't really speak on whatever happened, but all this in a Yankees hat, which people in Houston are fucking incensed about.
Oh, are they?
But I kind of like a guy standing up there after that and being like, I'll wear whatever hat I want, dude. It's fucking baseball, guys. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, but like, you really expect me to pay attention to who your fucking rival is here? In a baseball game?
It is the Texans who are favored by a touchdown in this game. The teams to make the playoffs after starting 0-3, the 81 Jets, 82 Bucks, 92 Chargers, 95 Lions, 98 Bills, and the 2018 Texans in a we want the ball league. High-key disrespectful. The Texans' opponents this year 3 times have won the coin toss.
Is it the we want the ball league, though? I saw that.
3 times have deferred.
I know, but is it a we want the ball league?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Statistically.
Oh, yes.
But
opposite of college.
By how much?
We'll pull that.
Can somebody pull that up for me?
We want the ball.
Because I would not want the ball.
You put the defense out there first.
I would agree with you all. But I like the minor league.
Now, the only other thing is, like, if you love your OC, you got a great script. You want that script out there, and you want to play the game from ahead. If you're an offensive football coach, you think, oh, my script is the tits. We're going to put our team out there. But, like, I always say when you're on the road, man, like, do not take the ball, especially in a hostile environment, because I've just seen too many bad movies. And maybe this is, like, the St. Louis Ram in me where I'm used to seeing, like, kickoff bobbled – then like 2 sacks and a pick the first fucking, So maybe I'm scarred. So Beau Hardigree, the guy that we mentioned in the other show, he's the guy who took over when Josh McDaniels. I was like, who's taking over? And they said Beau Hardigree. I said, I don't know that guy. And then come to find out, I do know that guy. He's the guy that took over for McDaniels when he got fired in Vegas. Dropped 30 points on Big Blue that week. Won 30-6. A couple weeks later, dropped a 63 burger on division rival Chargers. The Chargers are still belt to ass over that. So actually Beau Hardigree and company set their franchise back because they woke up a sleeping giant. You know what I'm saying? But if last stop is any indication, maybe they score more points. The thing I worry about is like Beau Hardigree is facing the Houston Texans defense this week, which is a tall task.
Chicago's in Vegas. Bears are favored by a point after a stunning performance over the Dallas Cowboys last week.
Can you pull my brother's tweets up? Oh. He's supposedly gonna paint his fingernails or something if the Bears don't win out or something.
Bears gonna win at least 4 out of the next 6 for what it's worth.
He's also grabbing receipts. It's receipt season for my bro. He said he's grabbing Caleb Williams receipts And I'm seeing a bunch of Bears fans saying, how does the Jaden Daniels hive like us now? Like, who's the better quarterback now?
It's gonna be so great because I think they're gonna get boat raced this week. just for the simple fact of the narrative and
It's
how
just Chicago.
happy
It's so Chicago.
is.
It's just, for Chicago to get so excited, that's the only thing I'm saying here.
Bro, I'm telling you, like we said, the first half of the previous game when they marched down the field and they scored on the first drive, I had people on my timeline being like, Bears to the Super Bowl, Bears to the Super Bowl. And now that they got a win, Caleb got everyone in Chicago free hot dogs with throwing 4 touchdowns, and everyone's excited, but I just don't feel like everything is fixed in Chicago just yet.
It's just it's all extreme emotions.
Yeah. And it feels good. It feels good to win.
And
it feels absolutely great to win, and it's nothing better than that. It's nothing better than getting a win.
I thought he played well in Detroit, and they lost that game. I thought he put it together the last couple weeks. So you just want to keep seeing him play in structure.
There's no moral victories
him and Rome
in a city like Chicago. There's no moral victories though. You got to win.
No question.
Like, even if you play well, like they're not going to give you the benefit of the doubt. It's just like, why didn't you win?
Yeah.
Like,
Let me ignore what I see on tape.
Right.
Because the box score said what it said. I think the guy's playing well. I mean, I don't think I know he's playing well. And this is a prime opportunity for them. I mean, it's the Raiders defense. I did see a horror movie this week called The Raiders Pressure Cut Up. Holy shit. I mean, to think that they're stuck. Pete Carroll's pushing back. People in Vegas know what I'm talking about, but like Jackson Powers Johnson was the center last year, and he was playing really good ball. And then they reshuffled the whole thing, and now Meredith moves to center, and he's struggling to pick that thing up. The other dude, 66, Parham, his anchor is a big problem at left guard. A big problem. You see Geno sailing a lot of balls, and you're like, and by the way, JPJ got hurt, so he might be back. He's had a concussion for 2 weeks. They're all fucked up. Their right tackle, it's like a turnstile. It really is. Like I saw him called that this week, and I was like, oh, let me see what it looks like. It looks like that. And you can run games on this group all day long. They don't sort them. Now Alex Kappa's in the game, and they paid him like $10 million, and he's not even in the starting lineup. He's in there because JPJ's hurt. He hasn't seen a game that he's picked up yet. And the right tackle turns immediately out the gate. Like out the gate, he is turned to the sideline. So, I would look at the Raiders, it all comes down to the offensive line. There's a stat this week that I thought I was on drugs when I read it.
No, it's the Genty
Yeah.
Of like how many
100
yards?
Yeah, 101% of his yards are after contact. Somebody needs to explain to me how the fuck that works.
Bro, there was a clip.
Can somebody explain that to me?
They were like Genty highlights of all the plays where he's not getting contact after the line of scrimmage, and it was one rush that like he got contacted like a half yard after he got off, and then like the clip ends, and it's just like, wait.
Does somebody want to tell me how that stat works though?
It would have to be
he's getting touched in the backfield every single time he's getting the ball. Every single time.
A next gen sort of situation where they're saying he's running this many yards.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Because his yardage gained is 100% of his yardage gained.
And the right tackle, his name is
DJ Glaze. Yeah, man.
No glaze for Glaze.
Damn, Pete, where'd you find that one?
Yeah. Negative glaze for DJ Glaze right now.
No, honestly, like nothing against the player. I think it's a coaching problem up front for them. Like I watch the way they set, like I watch the way they pass off games. I look at the how they have their O-line arranged, like, and I hear Pete in press conference this week kind of stubborn about like, I'm not going back. No, never. We're not gonna put Jackson back at center. Well, I don't follow the Raiders as close as maybe people that watch every single play.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure Raiders fans are getting tired of this offensive line. And I'm pretty sure they're getting kind of tired of the way they're playing together. Like, the left tackle's a pretty good player. Colton Miller's been a good player in this league for a while. But other than that, man. And so when you see Geno sailing balls and that sort of stuff, at first glance, you watch the Chargers game and you're like, golly, he looks bad. And he did. But he's having a hard time stepping into throws, man. Like he's throwing out a fucking hole. That's the one thing I thought would be a lot better this year. I thought the offensive line would be revamped and improved. And maybe I shouldn't have.
Buffalo is hosting New Orleans. Bills are favored by 1 million.
Such a trap game.
I love a trap
The
game.
Bills have won the turnover margin in 25 straight games, which sounds made up.
Spencer Rattler's about to play his best game. Don't you think? Playing against Josh Allen, everyone thinks we're just going to get boat raced. I'm going to go out here and show everyone what I got.
I don't know, man.
Rattler.
And Alvin Kamara is still here.
I don't know, man. I just feel like it's one of those situations where, and maybe to your point, like Rattler balls out or something, but like I told you last night, I sat up and like went through the last 3 years. Anytime that they were laying 6 or more points at home, cover rate for the dog was like 70%. And it's not just like covers, like they lost a couple of those games. And even in some games that they covered, like Tennessee, I think they were like down at the half in that game. They were down to Arizona last year at the end of the first half. Like 2024, you're down 17-10 at the half. You're 6.5 point favorite. Tennessee, I mentioned that. You're double-digit favorite. You're down 10-7 at the half. You end up winning 34-10. Miami, you're down 10-6 at the half. So what we saw the other night against the Dolphins, it's kind of a trend with them. And then 23, you remember the Denver loss. They were touchdown favorites. The Bucs in prime time. Bucs nearly won that game. Pats, they were laying 15. They damn near lost that game. So I just think it is a prime kind of sleepwalking spot where maybe they win this game by 10 points or, a late touchdown to push it to 14, and hopefully the Saints cover because I did give them out.
Spencer Rattler's last win came against the University of Kentucky.
Jesus Christ.
All right. And this is New Orleans' biggest underdog game in any game since November of 1975.
That doesn't add up, dude. They played if you think the Niners are good, they played the Niners tight at home.
That man has no NFL wins.
No.
0-9.
That's right.
Well, he's played for the Saints. Hey, and I got an injury update.
Okay, the Saints covered when they were last 16.5 point dogs.
Really?
They lost 20
That's
to
good
7.
news for me. I just picked this up on Bill's Wire. So at Oliver News.
Fast forward to Thursday, Oliver was spotted wearing a walking boot and using a cooter to move around in the Bills' locker room by all media in attendance at the practice, as was widely reported.
A cooter instead of a scooter?
Says here he was wearing a walking boot and using a cooter to move around the locker room.
No.
Man,
Is that the
what
name
time?
of the
What time? What time was the screenshot? It was 11:37.
11:27.
Yeah, I was up late. I was like,
Cooter?
did they? He was using a cooter.
Bill's Wire.
Bill's Wire. You got to double check your shit.
Shout out to our guy Chris Allen. I think he's getting a cooter. Ruptured his Achilles.
Yeah, our guy Chris Allen ruptured his Achilles, man.
Good.
No.
That's not good, man. That's not good at all. But he's a comedian, and so I think I told him, I was like, this is going to be good for your sets.
Like, it has to be. Like,
has to be.
Built-in content.
No,
be able to...
no longer a stand-up comedian.
He's going to get you for that.
Oh, that's good.
That was good.
Oh,
Thank you, guys.
Are you in last place? Are you ready for your stand-up act for 15 minutes?
I'm fine because though we've lost Burrow and Kittle and basically everybody
goddamn,
else,
listen to him making excuses.
Yeah.
we score a
Lions
million
fans don't make any
points. No, we're
excuses.
fine. We'll be fine.
You 15 minutes of stand-up, that might be good, man.
Yeah, you might be all right, dude. You can be fine.
You might turn it into a whole
He's probably
new world.
tanking to be like, oh, shucks.
Yeah,
he's going to like
he has something on deck
burn
already
the
right
house
now.
down.
It's like, yes, I've been waiting to do this.
Aiden's in the
Look at him.
driver's
Look
seat.
at him.
Aiden's in the driver's seat for
nice.
the stand-up.
Oh, that's going to be fucking
The
awesome.
Greenlight Fantasy League defending champion Beau Allen
Nobody
leads.
gives a fuck, Cowboy.
Is that because you're 1 and 2?
No,
Yes.
man, we're fine.
No, you got to be a pervert to keep up with this stuff.
Seriously. And we got a cupcake this week.
Hey, you know those progressive commercials?
Uh-huh.
So I've seen 2 now.
Mm-hmm.
There was the DeVito,
Yeah,
and then there's
he's the backup for
then there's
Nate.
the Bridgewater.
DeVito's backup for Nate.
Yeah, I'm
The kid's
backup
name is
Nate. and then Bridgewater's the backup for somebody.
Ted
Who should be the next one?
progressive.
I was thinking Zach Wilson, backup husband.
No.
Like a cougar.
No, you got to do what you call it. You got to do Jameis Winston, yo, backup preacher.
Backup preacher.
You have him at a church sermon or something.
Zach Wilson was seen riding a cooter. You know what I'm saying?
Who else?
Big
Who else?
sex hammer, that guy.
Who else? I'll tell you who else.
Oh, but about time. what you
Backup
call
real
these
estate
ones?
agent Mac Jones.
Mariota. Get him a nice
Mariota.
do a progressive Hawaii commercial. Something like that. They actually be having different
Progressive Hawaii.
Yeah, they have different
Yeah.
they have different stuff over there. I don't think you can actually use progressive when you're over.
Really?
Yeah, I cut my foot out there and
You can't use progressive?
your insurance from the States. They're like, yeah.
You know, it still is part of the United States.
And that's the funny thing. But when it comes to insurance, it's like we're not.
Really?
for some yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Cigna? What? No. We don't know what that is.
How'd you
here.
cut your foot?
On a coral reef.
Snorkeling.
Yeah.
Got eaten by a
Having a great time. And then it cut my foot like a piece of butter.
Well, speaking of having a great time, I have been having a great time doing this preview. We will
You can say that again.
speaking of having a good time, I've been having a good time doing this preview.
Amen.
Hey, real fast, Texans, Jaguars. Before 2008, before the rule change, NFL teams almost always opted to receive the opening kickoff. Post 2008, there has been a significant shift towards deferring.
Oh, that's so fucking interesting.
That's sick. Can
It's
I get an
almost
actual
like-
statistic?
I used
In-
to actually call the coin sometimes and be
Since-
like, "What, Jeff? What do you want us to do again?"
Since the rule change, this is an article from 2016. Since the rule change,
Wait,
wait,
an
no,
article
no.
from 10 years ago.
Since the rule change, the percentages have climbed up to 65% from 35% the year before the rule change. And this is article from 2025. What's interesting to note, nonetheless, is that the frequency with which NFL coaches choose deferral is increasingly steadily. According to an ESPN study of trends, deferral is up some 80% in the past decade.
Golly.
Up 80% from what? 10? 0? Negative? Like Ashton Genty?
Around 85 to 90% of coin toss winners defer over the past 5 years.
Well, I'm going to get the medical bills down 200, 300% in some situations.
I guess I stand corrected.
Take care.
If I were Chris Allen, I'd be sitting corrected. Guys, Achilles is fucked up.
Yeah.
Ruptured.
Take care.